Welcome to the United States Grand Prix. Welcome to the scene of round 16. There's 5 races to go, including this one. There is 130 points up for grabs about. But at the end of this one, I think there will only be 104, won't there? So the championship is taken down. There is 10 points separating the two championship protagonists, which is German and Emerson as well. Emerson is in the bid, is bidding to become a 3-time world champion. German is bidding to become the first ever driver to win a silver championship and a gold championship. Goodness gracious me, there is a lot on the line this season. This event, and this is going to be a cracking one to say the very least as well. But yes, we are here in Austin, Texas, the music capital of the world, isn't it? And it is round 16 now. We're getting into the business end of the championship now. United States Grand Prix, then of course the race lap record is actually held by a certain Dan Murphy, who has lost his keys to his Red Bull, so he's out qualifying already, but he's got the lap record of 1:32. The race lap record anyway. Of course, I think the all-time lap record is actually by Emerson back in last season, who got pole position here. Emerson's had pole position for the last 2 seasons around here. He's aiming to get a hat-trick of pole positions in a row, which would be pretty impressive to say the very least with it for Emerson. Now, of course, this is the 5th running of the United States Grand Prix in ALR Gold then. So, yeah, good stuff indeed. That, of course, last season's race winner was actually Total Peas, wasn't it? So, a good performance there from Total Peas. Emerson has only won this event once in his career. In the season 2 of Gold, then it was Fisher, then Emerson won it, and 3-4 was Alhan, his one and only Grand Prix win in ALR for Alhan. Gold, I should say, and of course Total Peas won it last season. And so we've had a variety of drivers that have won around this circuit, haven't we? Then, so I wonder if we're going to get a 5th different winner. Then here's Milan. Then, of course, Milan now got his first Grand Prix win earlier on this season. Whilst he's about to attack the circuit here in sort of the Americas, let's go through the drivers and the constructors standings. It is, as we mentioned from the top of the broadcast, then it is currently. It is currently German who is leading the championship. He is on 205 points now from Emerson, who's 10 points adrift after his nightmarish Grand Prix last time out in Japan. He needs to get himself back into it. And this is the land of opportunity, and there's an opportunity for Emerson to get himself back into the championship. Well, he is in the championship, but back into the lead of the championship then. It's got to be his aim. Chazza, who's 71 points away at the moment. Chazza's slim hopes of maybe challenge for the championship is falling away each and every race, unfortunately. But Chazza in a strong third position, he has renamed himself from Charlie Scott to Chancellor again. Right, everything feels right in the world. We're watching Milan, who is 4 points adrift to his teammate Tango in the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th at the moment. Now Murphy and Milan are sharing that 5th position at the moment now with Cardboy's a brilliant drive last time out, and then 4 points away from Murphy and Milan, and 10 points away and 8 points away, I should say. Can't get my maths right. From Tango as well. Danger Times then in 8th position there. Pillars in at 9th, both sharing the 67 point mark, then both 8th in the championship. Sloth completes the top 10. Sloth completes the top 10 as well. In the relegation zone is Cowie on 13 points and 10 points in front of Mr. Elite, who's not here tonight, unfortunately. Dynamo Dan then is 2 points adrift then of Cowie, and William then, who has got 1 point, but he hasn't finished in the top 10 at all this season. William has now, so he needs to put that correct in the not too distant future then, well, ideally in the next couple of races or so. Milan is set an early pace of a 1:31.273 then to start us on our journey here tonight then. Troy is starting to slap off as well. Emerson then, car 46 then, new helmet design for Emerson tonight then, accelerating now the final turn then, going a bit wide then, but that's still enough and waits half a second away from Milan then. But bear in mind, this is our opening exchanges in qualifying. We'll see how that one this one plays out. Dynamo Dan is gone into a 33.535, but Dynamo Dan is very much a race driver rather than a qualifier. Jonathan Cox is very much a qualifier, isn't he? Good stuff indeed. That Gamer coming across the line. He is third fastest at the moment, and we are very much at this is quite a it's definitely very much a formal event here tonight, isn't it, in terms of the championship, isn't it? It's going to be very much the centre of our attention, I would think, tonight then, isn't it? And going into the remaining rounds of the championship, this is what they're all here for, and they're here to they're here to become a world champion, and of course both German and Emerson are going to be really going to be really hot off the mark as well, as German has gone in front of his championship competitor at the moment. He is third fastest. And of course, this does not, the qualifying one does not arrange the grid. It just arranges the grid from 20th to 16th position on the grid. 20th to 16th position. Then, woof, I've got to get my teeth back in. Troy out of the final turn, and of course, there is 2 DRS. Back straight, and then going into the start finish race, Troy, who got his best result of his career last time out in gold, then a cracking second position there. But he was on it right from the get-go in the last week's event there, wasn't he? And a superb qualifying. I think he was 4th on the grid, wasn't he? And then it really just carried it into the race as well. Milan has retired from the session, and he is up for that time. He's just put a time on the board there and basically just put his feet up. Good stuff indeed there from Milan there. Pillars has just crossed the line and gone into 5th position. Good to see Pillars back in action as well. Liam, lovely helmet design here from Liam. He's got an arrow on his helmet tonight, Liam has, and I think that's just to show him which way he needs to go. While Liam is in turn at 19 and 20. There's 20 turns around this course, and so there's a lot of braking and turning, isn't there? Liam out of the final turn, and Liam goes 9th fastest in the Mercedes. Good stuff indeed. Then Percy in the second Mercedes and just set a time, or trying to. Sloth also set the time as well, but I think I'm going to just stick with who am I going to stick with? I think I'm going to stick with, I have to stick with Lucas Percy, don't I, in the Mercedes. We're just watching Percy. Don't want to get too wide. Turn 19 is quite precarious in terms of track extension. Now you will get your lap time deleted if you go across that. Percy goes 4 fast, and he's been a bit in the doldrums lately, hasn't he? Percy has there. It'd be good to see him back in the back at the top then, where he belongs to. He's quite a quick customer. However, he hasn't really been on the forefront in the last couple of races. So whilst Cowie's on the first sector of his timed lap, then let's go through the constructors standings there. This is how it's playing out at the moment. McLaren are leading the constructors at the moment, and they're 34 points in front of Ferrari. But with Troy having a handful of points in Japan, which is going to really boost his confidence, that is going to get McLaren very concerned indeed. Nigel then, who is down in 19th at the moment, and hopefully can get out in set a time run as well for both Ferrari and McLaren. Goodness me, it's a flashback to the late 90s and early 2000s, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. But both Ferrari and McLaren want to be scoring major points with both cars now, with 5 races to go, of course, and the constructors cannot be run tonight. The drivers cannot be run tonight. So I think in bronze, I'm sure that Theo can clinch the championship there, but I'll have to get my old calculator out then later on this week. Alfa Romeo are 26 points away from the Ferrari team. They're also starting to really come on strong now, both Chazza and Pillars. And there's not an outside pass. It's not outside the realistic chance. And Chazza goes fast on a 31-2. Looking strong, Chazza is, and still going for his first Grand Prix win of his career. We got Cowie's invalid his time, so he's going to have to go around again then to set another lap here. Alfa Romeo then are not out of the Constructors' Championship by any stretch of imagination. Only 65 points away. Remember, 44 points is the top score you can get in the constructors from just one event there. So that is what I mean, is still very much nip and tuck there. Haas are in 4th position, 38 points away from the Alfa Romeo team. Williams are 3 points away from the Haas team. Mercedes then 22 points away from the Williams team. And AlphaTauri are chasing them hard then in 7th position. Then Red Bull are in 8th position. They are 2 points away from their constructors' rivals. Aston Martin in 9th, and Alpine that were on board with one of the cars now, unfortunately, is at the bottom of the Constructors' Championship. They have having a bit of a miserable first season in ALR Gold, unfortunately. And I think that that's also representative across all the leagues, because I'm sure that Alpine are near the bottom of the joint constructors, or are bottom, and I can't remember that, but they're not having a very good start to their career in ALRs. Jamie 69 laugh out loud. USA, yes we are, my good sir. Yes, we're in the United States of the American. It's the Circle of the Americas here in Austin, Texas. Jonathan Cox, evening Sean, good evening Jonathan. We have got Theo saying yo, and you ever going yeehaw, and of course the infamous quote that he put that he said in last season's bronze race there. Goodness me, it scarred me for life. And we have also, as Jamie's just asking, how everyone's day is. Mine's good, my good sir. Ayrton, hello Sean, good evening Ayrton. Evening, Orphan Serious Mushroom. Hi everybody. Hello Dr. Nick then. from Serious Rushford as well there. Cowie goes across the line. He's 12 fast at the moment. Cowie is, his chances also have his performance, so he's come back in the pits as well. Cowie is in the bottom three at the moment there, and he is chasing his teammate. Is only 10 points in front at the moment now. Lucas Percy also needs to get on it as well, because he has only got 29 points, and Lucas Percy could be relegated as well at the end of the season. And so a lot of so several drivers have got a lot to do to get out of that relegation zone, but Cowie there is one of the drivers that is in the relegation zone, so he's going to be a bit concerned by that then. Cardboy out of the final turn. And what can he do then as he goes over the curbs there? Right, he's straddling the curbs there. He goes across line, finds 2 tenths a second. But Cardboy is interestingly on the medium compound tyre here. We'll see how that one progresses. I think that you would rather want to keep the medium tyres, maybe for the qualifying 2 session, maybe the race as well then. But then again, what is the strategy going to be like around here? I'm sure that we had a unique strategy in last season and the season before, did we? Didn't we have Emerson there who started on the medium tyres and went to softs right at the end there? But I think it was Pease who went for the alternative strategy. Same with Alhan as well, which won the Grand Prix, I think. I'm sure it's softs to the mediums, if I remember correctly, which that's probably not the case. Nigel goes 15 fast at the moment. Remember, it's 16 and below, which gets knocked out of this first qualifying session now. Danger Times has just gone full fast as well. Remember, Danger Times way back in Bahrain won his first ever Grand Prix of his career in gold. Unfortunately, his season has had a bit of a knock since then, hasn't it, really? They promised so much, Danger Times has, but it's only his 8th race he's starting tonight, though, so he has missed quite a abundance of races there. But in those 7 races he's participated in, just under 50%, he has been on the podium there for Danger Times. That is why he's still joined 8th in the championship, so he's still a quick cookie. Here's another driver who's a quick cookie, of course. He had pole position on his debut in the Belgian Grand Prix back in season 2. However, William now has not got a top 10 finish this season, and he needs to, and he doesn't want to end the season without finishing the top 10 at all. And goodness me, that would be an unwanted record, to say the very least. And goodness gracious me, Slofish just informed me then of that there's rain expected in the middle part of qualifying, which might be why Cardboy is on the medium tyres. And good gosh, then, oh my word, then. And I gotta say, I'm not one to question Sloth's or integrity or anything like that, but look, there's not a cloud in the sky. That just shows how quickly the weather can change around here, can it? Oh my goodness me. But yeah, I'm not sure the drivers would be wanted or expecting rain then. We did have a rain affected race, and Williams off there, and that's quite a violent spin there for William there, just on the S's there. Of course, they stole a bit of the S's there from Maggots and Beckett's. Cowie's left the session there, so I'm wondering if he got a bit surprised by Williams' spin there, but William there's got 5.5 minutes there to set a time on the board, otherwise he'll be out of qualifying. Murphy's already guaranteed back row of the grid, unfortunately, so for Murphy, which is a disappointed now just watching William now. Currently in the drop zone, we've got Nigel the season, the first ever champion of ALR, down in 16th position. Cardboy and Siege, who hasn't come out on track either. I'm not sure I don't think Siege has a penalty. We've got Murphy and William also on issues as well. I don't think we got any penalties at all, actually. It was a very clean race last week, wasn't it, in Japan? Well, it wasn't a clean race at all, but I don't think that it was a clean race, wasn't it? Goodness me, what am I saying? It was there was a bit argy-bargy. Goodness me, William now is reminiscent Peter Soberg in his rallycross days. Goodness me, I think he still races at rallycross, actually, doesn't he? I'm not sure, to be fair. But yeah, then, of course, last week then there's no penalties from last week then, and it was argy-bargy. It was on the limit, but it was good stuff indeed. I quite enjoyed it. Dynamo Dan currently 4,000 of a second in front of Nigel, and he is currently through at the moment in qualifying 2. So let's see what Dynamo Dan can do as well. Of course, he's got that beautiful helmet delivery there. Of course, I think it was from that guy in Breaker Put. I can't remember his name now. That's not good, is it? Aiden something. Just watching Diver down and going for the S's as well. Look at that. It's like a slalom down there. It's fantastic stuff there from the Red Bull driver. And he is 10th for the second down in his personal best. And Red Bull have returned back to their traditional livery. This event, haven't they? Of course, they had the white livery in tribute for Honda, didn't they? For a number of races. But they're back to the traditional livery then of the Red Bull team then. Dharma Dan then going on the back straight as well. Then this is where we're expecting most most of the majority of the overtaking, but I also expect down into turn 1 as well, where we're probably it's quite a wide angle turn 1 is, isn't there? So it's very inviting for the drivers out to give it a good old lunge up the inside. I certainly give a lunge up there, but unfortunately I'll probably use my comparators as a brake stop, and that is why I do not race, ladies and gentlemen. Do not listen to anything that I say in terms of racecraft or anything like that, because these 20 drivers, well, these 80 drivers we have in ALR, full-time 80 drivers in ALR, are supreme athletes. They're supreme esports drivers. They're supreme drivers, and I'm not sure whatever profession they like to call themselves, but I know that they're very good gamers as these. Here comes Dynamo Dan, then, who he's impressed me this season, Dynamo Dan. I don't think he cares about that, but I think he's done superbly well. And once again, he has shown some good pace in the Red Bull, Dynamo Dan. There's a couple of races where he could have and should have been a bit higher up, but unfortunately, safety cars have ruined some. Oh dear! And I'm so sorry, Dynamo Dan. He is out of qualifying, and wow, he's not going to be impressed with me anymore, is he? As Tango there just surveying the scenery there, or the wreckage of Dynamo Dan. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I do not give compliments to the drivers, because that is a case in point there, isn't it? Unfortunately, Dynamo Dan is out of qualifying, and with that 32.4, I think he would have been fairly safe, and the track is going to rubber in all the time. We're on board now with Cartboy, who's now thrown on the soft compound tyre. Of course, we know that because they're on the red mark tyres. And here's Troy in 12th position at the moment now in the second Ferrari. His teammate is at third at the moment. His teammate thinks he's through. All the drivers, apart from Danger Times, thinks that they are through, and they are not coming out again then. However, Danger Times is coming out again then, and as he's on an outlap mode. I wonder if he can go a bit quicker. Danger Times does. Danger Times, I don't think he's had a pole position this season. He has not had a pole position this season. But as Troy comes across on, he goes 9 fastest in the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed. I'll just say, seeing if Danger Times ever had a pole position. He hasn't, has he? I'm wondering if I'm sure he was close this time last season, wasn't he? Because Danger Times made his debut here in. Oh, it's Japan. I apologise, Dangerous Times. I thought he was actually here. He made his debut. I know he made a bit of a splash here in USA last season, though, didn't he? And so really good stuff indeed. Carboy just coming out of a turn at 17 and into 18 as well. Scooby Shoo give it even though then. So much you can't blame him for that one. Sean jinxing people again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Dynamo Dan. It's pretty disappointing, really is indeed. That Cartboy out the final turn then, and Cartboy should get through. He is now out of the. He's now over the bar, isn't he, or under the bar? Depends if you want to play limbo or high jump. But whatever the case may be, he's cleared the bar. Whatever bar he's trying to clear, he has cleared it. Cartboy in 10th position then. That should see him safely through. But I say safely through. I don't really know what the safety mark is around here. It's because it's going to be quite. The track is going to ramp up quite quickly in the next couple of minutes or so. Albeit we've only got 3/4 of a minute left to go in this qualifying session now, and now into the final turn then for Nigel, accelerating out then 20 turns around this course, and there's quite a number of turns there, isn't it? Nigel goes 12 fastest. That is through at the moment. However, as I've already mentioned, it is going to be quite tight, I think, at the bottom there. Jonathan then, the British Italian driver Jonathan is, of course, he has got the second most pole positions of all time in ALR Gold with 14 pole positions. The Aston Martin driver has there, 2 Grand Prix wins at 2 is at name as well. Jonathan has there. So yes, he is a very quick qualifier, isn't he? Of course, Milan is now third in the all-time pole positions list, isn't he? With 11. He's 3 behind the British Italian driver at the moment. Here comes Jonathan out of the final turn, and let's see what Jonathan do. He comes across the line. He's 10th fast. I think that is safe. And checker flag has fallen for. Checker flag has already fallen for a couple of drivers. Liam Yeh is in the wall. Liam Yeh is out of qualifying now, and he's gone off in a very unusual place there. And he's over there somewhere. I can't even see him. Where's he gone? Oh, wait, I think I'm looking at the wrong area. No. But Liam Yeh's gone straight off, and I think that's a technical failure for the Mercedes driver. But Liam's gone straight off and down that part of the... Yes, I think he's there, isn't he? I can't see it, but I'm sure he's out. I don't think it's John Cena, so that's quite fitting, isn't it, here in the United States? But yeah, so Liam, yeah, is out qualifying. He's had a humongous smash at the long straight then. William is out qualifying as well. We've lost Murphy, we have lost Siege, we have lost William, Cowie, and Liam, yeah, as well. Those are the bottom 5 drivers. We've also lost, and William's lost his wing as well. Oh dear, this has been a very costly opening stage of qualifying here. Good grief, and that is unfortunate. Alpines are out of qualifying, and so that is not good at all. Is it? That's not going to really help their cause this season whatsoever, unfortunately. And there's Nigel also out of is also retired the car as well. If I sound a bit bloated tonight, it's because I've had a lot of starburst today, which is because I'm a bottomless eating machine at the moment, isn't I? This is my worst track by a long way. So 16th is better than I expected. Liam, yeah, saying Scooby Stew. Hello, Mushroom. Chazza saying hello there, General Chazza. That's my appalled General Grievous impression now. We've also got Sarah saying it's usually me that usually jinx everyone. So Chazza quickest so far by 77 hundredths of a second now from Milan in second about there. Of course, as I already mentioned, Milan is third in the all-time pole position chart. Said out of qualifying is Murphy, Siege, William down in 8th position. That's not going to help Williams' course to stay in the division. Cowie in 17th position now. Liam, yeah, as he mentioned, and this is one of the worst tracks of the season for Liam, yeah, and Dynamo Dan disappointing out as well. I thought Dynamo Dan's time there would have put him in 13th position there, which would have been seeing him safely through there. So Dynamo Dan, unfortunately, is in the barrier out of qualify now, unfortunately. So he is going to be 15th on the grid, I would hazard a guess then. And now we approach qualifying 2 as well then. So we are, and look, there's rain already then. Goodness me, that in that short interval, we have gone from very nice weather to to it being very damp and intermediate tires already. But drivers are going on to the dry tires then. They don't believe the game here then, so they are switching to the dry compound tires then. We can tell that because on the tower on the left hand side we've got Percy on medium, Carboy on soft, and Tango who's gone back to the intermediate tires. That if you qualify on dry tires, that you will have to start those in qualifying 2. You'll have to start the race on those tires, which is set your fastest time, and of course, unless there's a wet Grand Prix. Danger Thomas, the first driver out on circuit. Look, that is very wet indeed. Yes, DRS has been disabled already then. So we've had an absolute deluge then in the break then. Goodness me, it wasn't even a break at all, was it really? I didn't even have a chance to get my composure going. But unfortunately then, for anyone who was hoping for a dry qualifying 2 session, that's not been the case at all. Sloth's weather forecast is very much on point. Good stuff indeed there for Sloth. Thank goodness gracious me, he needs to be a weather man around here because then hopefully he would save me from taking a coat or an umbrella when it's a beautiful day in the old Gloucestershire. Danger Times is the first driver on circuit along with Troy. Emerson's out as well. A lot of drivers are on circuit. What about Percy? Percy is stayed onto the slick tyres here. Of course, the medium tyres Percy has. Of course, Percy down in 16th position in the championship at the moment, isn't he there? So he's perilously close to the relegation zone into silver. And he's also spun the car around. That to me, the slick tyres cannot disperse the water, can it there? So Finney's gonna have to come back in the pits there, spraying out coming from the back of the car. It was a gamble. I think it's worth a gamble, isn't it? Just to try, but as long as you don't bid in the car, he should be all fine and dandy, shouldn't he? Oop, I apologise. I think oh goodness me, that was close. Then I almost reported someone in the old YouTube chat. Look how it's very precarious on the intermediate tires as well, isn't it? For Danger Times then. So just watching him now going through the turn 18 there, which I think was modelled after the infamous turn 18 in Turkey as well. Of course, that also reminds you then, I'm not even sure, well, hopefully Turkey will be on the calendar for next season, but I have a feeling it won't be because we're still waiting for the classic track, which Codemasters promised us, didn't they? Of course, they finally got the official season calendar sorted for the game. They were also talking about short tracks, and I'm sure that they was talking about a couple of classic tracks. I think one of the classic tracks they're calling a classic is China. So we've got one of those, unfortunately, but I wonder what the other one's going to be, and I would like it to be Turkey, which would be quite cool as well. But that reminds me then, of course, the calendar for next season, and we are expecting to have at least 24 races on the Formula 1 calendar for next season for ALR, which would be the most races in ALR history to have 24. We've only got 20 this season. I say we've only got 20 this season. That's one of the lowest races that we've had in recent memory. ALR has. I think the minimum amount of races ALR has done in a season was 18 back in season 1. But yeah, only 20 races this year. I think it's the second lowest of all the seasons we've done so far. Danger Times on the back straight, no DRS these days. But yes, we're expecting a 24 race calendar. And there's also keep an eye out because midweek there's going to be some. There's just going to be some announcements about next season and what is and what's occurring and all that kind of stuff. And of course that'll be Wednesday just after COBALT, of course. And we've got Danger Times then, who is in to turn into the final sector as well. And so let's see if anyone's been practicing on the old United States Grand Prix in the wet. Then I must say, around this part of the world, I don't expect it to rain too much. Then, so I'm not sure who would have been practicing in the wet and who wouldn't have been. If you get the cut of my jib there, we have got danger times then into turn 20 as well in the Williams car, accelerating on the final turn for car 97. Then, and look at that Williams car looking very planned indeed. He goes fast. And look at that, we're almost we're quite a way down, aren't we? Almost 12, 13 seconds behind. And Sloth goes second fast in the Alpha Tower, but Milan goes the first second fastest. But then Pillars comes along and goes second fast. And Danger Time's got a good 4/10 of a second gap already. Troy is in front of his teammate there, and I'm not sure if I think the Ferrari would be very happy to see Troy right up there, because of course I think that Troy could really cause some kind of gremlins there for this man here, German there, who has now got 10 Grand Prix wins to his name. German has he's won 6 this season, he won 4 last season. He is the first driver, I think he's now third in the all-time in the all-time winners list, isn't he? Of course, Emerson there, who's the top of the ones on 33 wins, and I think it's Granty who's next, then, isn't he? I think he's got 13 wins. Granty has. He has indeed the double world champion from season 2 and 3, and then of course we have got German, then, who's now on 10 wins. He's only a couple of wins away from Granty to be second in the all-time winners list. We got the other McLaren and Nigel just coming across the line in 9th fastest, and I think that Nigel's actually 4th in the all-time winners list as well, with 7 Grand Prix wins, if I'm not very much mistaken. Chazza, unfortunately, has made a mistake there. He is he's invalidated this time, so he's going to have another bite of cherry. So is Jonathan as well, I think. Indeed, they are. I think that what we're going to see here, I reckon, then, I hypothesize, I don't know, but whatever the case may be, Carbo's starting out now. I reckon that some drivers may have filled up and gone for 2 bites to the cherry. Here's Danger Times out, so he's just completing his second time run. Then this is more about confidence than it's about tyre life, and he goes faster still. Then at 43.6, he's now in the mids, 43.6. Then good stuff indeed there. Sloth goes second fastest, really good stuff indeed. Emerson has now built himself back up to 5th now. The man who's, of course, remember, every turn of the wheel for Emerson, it could be crucial in his championship campaign this season. So we're keeping on that one. Pillars has just gone to 3rd fastest. Jonathan Cox there has just moved himself into 6th in the Aston Martin. Jonathan is notorious for his single lap speed there, but unfortunately does not like the wet. I don't think Jonathan does it there. He would rather have had a dry race. I'm sure if it Tango's found it almost over half a second there in the second split time as well. Just in German going 5th fast now, and then he's 2/10 of a second in front of Emerson. That is crucial, I think, at this stage of the proceedings. And here comes Tango, who's done a 45.6 to start off his account, and then he's now improved by over a second, or just under a second, I should say. He is at 8th fast, and I'm now running across the line quite quickly at the moment. And here comes Arnaud then into turn 20 as well. Then, of course, the beautiful signature black, green, and yellow helmet. And across the line, Nigel does improve by 7/10 of a second. He is still the slowest car thus far on the circuit. And Gamer has had a pretty disappointing second run here. 3/10 of a second down. Gamer is heading, who's third in the championship in silver last season. This was the part of the season where it became really unraveled there for Gamer, and he is, I think that was more of a harvesting up there for Gamer, so he's going for a proper run now, isn't he? Just got Carboy then at 09 in the second split time. He's gone wide there, but he has got away with that one, Carboy has there. I thought that would have been track invalidation there, but inch perfect there. Yellow flag at the end of the back straight, and I think it's a driver getting on the way. Carboy is the slowest of the runners so far. Percy, who has tried his luck on the slick tyres, that didn't work too well, did it for Percy? We got Pitters coming in now, as I think that we got the Ferrari of I think Troy. Is he started continuing on his lap? No, I think both Ferraris have stayed out there. Pillars has gone fast, so that's a great time for Pillars there, and goodness me, he has found out almost half a second again there. Pillars is really finding a lot of confidence in his car now. Pillars is good stuff indeed there over the line now, because Percy goes full fast there. Percy is looking very much in the swing of things here tonight, isn't he? Good stuff indeed there. Jonathan there across the line, and he's 8th fast. That is enough to get. Remember, this qualifying session here is just about to clear the bar and get into qualifying free. German there is still on for a harvesting up here. What about Chazza? Chazza has invalidated his time. Do I see someone spin there, or was that just me? I think that might have been just me then. So carry on then. Percy doing a great job at that moment. Then Pillars is at 6/10 of a second down. Then who was that has just jumped up the order? I think that's Tango, who's just gone into 8th fast, as he has indeed gone into 8th. Good stuff indeed there for Tango. as the rain is starting to get precariously heavier now, isn't it? The intensity of the rain is, in terms of the mechanics speak, is getting a bit heavier out there. Lovely helmet, by the way, from Tango. Goodness me, great stuff indeed there from Tango. Absolutely spot on. Jumping down the back straight. Yeah, that rain is getting, you can see it now, can't you? You can visually see that the rain is getting heavier into the pits there. Comes Gamer. That pit in is quite tight there, so you've got to make sure you give the pit lane a bit of respect around here, which you will be very embarrassed indeed there. And of course, you don't want to drive into the pit entrance there. Of course, the legend, the man with the legend, which is David Coulthard, did that, didn't he, in the Adelaide Grand Prix? And I'm sure that Farford's done it as well, and Welshman Nodder, just to name a few. I'm sure someone did it here last year as well, actually. The final turn then. We've got Troy, who's starting his lap as well. Across the line as well. Serge would say it looks so nice to drive in. Now, I'm not sure Serge much is being sarcastic or not then. The final turn, of course, Serge Bush did win a race in conditions like this in the Japanese Grand Prix through a few seasons ago then. Shaza is having a few issues up there at the moment. He hasn't set a time with 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session there for Chaza. So pressure is starting to mount on the man who's throwing the championship here. Yellow flag there. I think it's when the Williams car is getting out of the way. Carboy has found 2 turns a second in the first split time. That's quite night. That is night and day, isn't it? In terms of finding time. And German across the line as well. There's no times being improved out here. Is the rain too heavy now? Chaza is 2 seconds slower than Carboy. Nigel, Gamer, Carboy, and Chaza are the 4 drivers exiting the qualifying session at the moment. And Tango has gone 7 fastest. That is safely through at the moment. And 4 3/4 minutes to go in this session. I think that there's going to be some tears at the moment. Sloth is back in the pits, and Sloth is very happy with that. Percy, unbeknownst to me then, probably by almost half a minute, because I think he's already in sector 2, is just gone. Tango, that's a bit greedy in the curb there. He's got out of the way of the McLaren. Percy's gone 3rd fastest there. That's an invalidation there for Tango in 7th position. He had a bit of a nightmare Japanese Grand Prix, Tango did, but hats off to him for sticking with it. Milan is invalidated his time as well, so Milan is going to go around and get them, but all these drivers said, you can see that all the drivers are just going around. Look at the lap edge. Said we've got 5 laps for Pillars, for German, for Tango, Emerson, and Jonathan. There 3 laps there for Chaza. They are just going round and round at the moment, and of course, I think that's exactly what you need to be doing. Is there Carboy out of follow turn? Carboy invalidates his time there, and that is a major problem there. He swerved off the circuit there, and that is harsh indeed there. But of course, you got to stay within track limits. There, Carboy is invalidated 2 laps then, because this lap will not count even then for Carboy. Joy, as Emerson goes 4 fastest there. Lovely stuff indeed for Emerson. I'm looking at the wrong Ferrari, which doesn't help. There is Emerson there. He is at 4th at the moment there. Pillars does not improve there. He is still fastest at the moment now, isn't he? Jonathan is just improved 2 6 fastest there. The times are starting to tumble now like a fruit machine. Good stuff indeed there. Danger time starting his lap as well. What about that McLaren of German? German is now starting to drop off the pace slightly, but just like I say that, he goes back in the 5th position there. Anything Emerson could do, German is just trying to match it. And a good stuff indeed there. Chaza across the line. He still hasn't improved this time. Chaza, the pressure's starting to really roll on now, isn't it, for Chaza? Really starting to put Chaza under a lot of strain. Is there? If I can get my teeth back in. Gamer out the final sector as well then, as is Tango. Tango there invalidated his time, so he's going to have another go as well. I think that's one of the Alpha Taris at the pits that might be coming out. I think it's Sloth, isn't it? It is Sloth there coming out of the garage now then. I think that is that fresh tyres out? No, listen there, he's done them times. This is a old set of intermediate tyres. That to me is telling me that I think you get 4 sets of intermediate tyres per weekend. So that's telling me that I reckon there might be rain in the race potentially, because why would you not use another fresh set of intermediate tyres perhaps, or maybe it's just a track conditioner, and maybe Sloth, the experienced man that he is, knows that this calls for some used intermediate tyres. And Carboy just coming back into the pits. Carboy, I think that he may be out of qualifying here then, as I don't think he's got enough time in the bank now to get himself back out on circuit. Carboy has, and we got a yellow flag at the end of the pit straight. At the end of the back straight, and I can't see a time on the board there. Troy has gone 10 fast there. Chaza is still in the final in the middle section there, and Pillars there is once again lowered the bar. He is now done a 43.3. That's another 2/10 a second improvement. And Emerson across the line, as that was a harvesting up there for Emerson. Danger Times is on a quick one here. He's almost 2/10 a second improvement now from Danger Times across the line now. He is very close to Pillars, just over a 10th of a second away then. German in the pits as well, and German is in the pits. And what has Chaza done then? Chaza's found 3 seconds, and he is into qualifying free at the moment. Chaz said he needed that time as the time was really becoming his enemy, wasn't it? What about Nigel? Another driver that needs a time on the board here, or a representative when it goes across the line. Only 12 faster for Nigel. Oh dear. And Jonathan in the pits as well then, so they're finding that there's not much time out there. Gamers improved by a fraction there. Tango across the line, and he hasn't improved either as he looking slower at this state of proceedings. Jonathan's out of qualifying, but he is safe and sound in the garage there. Soft across the line, so Soft is out there to defend his position there, but at the moment the times are not tumbling, are they? Milan there is almost a 10th of a second up. Milan is this is going to strengthen his hold on the top 10 position at the moment. Milan is out of the final turn and across the line. He goes 5th fast as Milan does, and that's a good time. That should be safe, or safely enough. Then Gamer is off. He's gone off in a quite a major way in the S section there. Yes, he's took too much of the outside curb, I think, and spun out the rear tires. He has spun powder into the barrier, and out of qualifying goes Gamer then. Carboy out of qualifying, Gamer out of qualifying as well then. So we've already lost our two drivers that potentially we've already lost two drivers that might have snuck through there. Troy has got one more chance, and can he sneak through into qualifying 3? As we said, and what we're doing here is we're trying to whittle down the 12 cars left to 10. And as Percy's got a bit squirrely on the exit there. He's found 4/10 of a second. Percy out there very much in the game tonight. Percy is lovely stuff indeed there. Emerson across the line there. He's had 8 laps, hasn't he, on the intermediate tyres. Danger Times there, who's gone fast there by 2/10 of a second there. Danger Times has never had a pole position before in his goal career, while all of a sudden tonight has really very much announced himself on the ALR stage. Then across the line, Chaz goes, he invalidates his time right in the end there. So that may have been so that was a bit disappointing there. Goodness gracious me. Gamer saying no grip, no pace at the moment there for the Aston Martin driver. He's down in 13th position. Hopefully that's not unlucky for Gamer in the Grand Prix itself, but unfortunately he's out qualified, and that's the last we're going to see a Gamer in this qualifying session. Tango is coming in the pits. Only one driver now can spoil Tango's day, and it's this man here. It is Troy, the silver champion from last season there. I think that was Sloth who's just popped himself back into 6 passes on the intermediate tyres there. Troy is 8300 second up, and we need to find a lot more than that though, doesn't he? Troy does. He is about 4/10 of a second away down, and now we've got Milan who's just popped into 3rd fastest. Troy is resting that car, isn't he? He's resting that car all the way around. Troy is so he's going to be 11th on the grid then, of course. That does in other races, and especially in races like this, he might have been a bit happy with that and maybe qualified at 11th rather than 10th or 9th. However though, when in these weather conditions you'll get fresh set of boots and won't you, for the race itself. Out of the final time, out of the final corner there, and Troy does not improve. He is out of qualifying, unfortunately. He's down in 11th position there for the Ferrari. However, that is still very close to the top 10. Both the Ferrari and the McLaren drivers who are battling for the Constructors' Championship as well, remember, are 11th and 12th there. So they're side by side then, and that's exactly what their teams want, really, isn't it? As long as the drivers can match what the other teammate is doing then. However, Ferrari would like to better what McLaren are doing, because McLaren do have a Constructors' Championship lead of 34 points at the moment there, and of course I think it's just as important as the drivers, of course. Then qualifying 2 has come to an end then. Danger Tom is looking very on song here tonight, isn't he? Goodness me, I remember he was quick here last season, but this season he is pretty on it there as they go for a 2nd Grand Prix win this season. Well, go for his first pole position first, though, isn't it? Goodness me, I'm going ahead of myself there. Out of qualifying, we have lost Carboy. Strolled with pace, and same with Gamer as well. I've just heard about Gamer saying no pace, no grip there, out of qualifying in 30 minutes there. Nigel in 12th position there, Troy in 11th position as well. Those two got a big part to play, I think, in the running for the championship, whether it's the drivers or the constructors as well. Into qualifying 3 is Tango, Jonathan, Chaza, Gurman, Sloth, Emerson, Milan, Percy, Pillars, and Danger Times. The top 10 going for pole winners then for the United States Grand Prix in Season 6 of ALR. As we now roll on into qualifying 3 then. Chaz is saying that was an awkward session like then, and that is a lot of rain now, isn't it? Goodness me, it's almost, it's still intermediate tyres because there's no puddles in the pit lane. However, I don't think the pit lane is the important part of the track, is it? I think the important part of the track is the actual race track, isn't it then? 10 drivers that go for pole position then, for a couple of them for the first time in their career then. Danger Times never been on pole position, has he, in his career then, of course. So that is one driver that is really sticking out in my mind tonight to really break that record there. Percy has been on pole position before. I say he was on pole position, I think, at the Monaco Grand Prix, wasn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken. And for some reason that sticks out, but I don't think that's the case. I think it was actually Blaze that was on pole position there. It was indeed. It was the Canadian Grand Prix. I was close, but no cigar. Sloth there, who's currently on an outlaw moment. These are quite heavy. This is quite heavy rain at the moment there, isn't there? Goodness me, as soon as I talk about heavy rain, all I think about is Sean, is that guy that kept screaming Sean there in that game. I didn't play much of heavy rain, unfortunately. I only played a couple of levels there, which is such a shame. I think a driver that I think it'd be a game that I really like that. However, I'm going off topic anyway. Of course, this is the United States Grand Prix. Got 5 races to go. The Gold Championship, of course, it has to be the tightest Gold season ever. That lineup, it is indeed. Of course, we had a tight season in season 2. We had Emerson and Grant going for the championship back in season 2. That was very tight between the Renault driver and I can't remember what car. I think wasn't Emerson in the McLaren? No, I don't think it was. I can't remember what car he was in now. Shocking behaviour indeed. Then. Joel Jones saying, let's go Lucas, and Lucas, that's right, I mentioned he was pole position earlier on the season in the Canadian Grand Prix. Lucas already had Grand Prix win as well to his name then. However, he is in the bottom half of the championship. Lucas is in 16th at the moment now. However, with carry out qualifying and Mr. Lee not here tonight, this is a golden opportunity then for Lucas to really accelerate himself away from the relegation zone, isn't there? So that is what he'll be wanting to do. Lucas is at the so that's if he gets some major points here tonight, then that should surely get him out of that precarious point in the championship. Over the line then we've got a Ferrari that who's just really, it's Emerson, and there's only one Ferrari in this qualifying session there. Emerson, they're really dropping off the pace and now going up into turn 1 as well. Sloth there in turn 1, and I think that this is great to see, great for Sloth at the moment, because I think we haven't seen the best of Sloth, have we? We know he's a quick cookie, but he hasn't shown it, has he, in ALR trim so far, has he? To go through the S section as well, very precarious in the turn 3 there of Sloth, and I thought he was going to spin it there, but he kept going as well. Now then into the second half, and oh goodness me, the car trying to over-rotate on Sloth here. Sloth is having to really wrestle that car indeed, and this rain is heavier than qualifying 2, I would say. Luckily for the driver, so unluckily for the driver then, who was quickest, like the likes of Percy and Danger Times, the times have been wiped, haven't they, from qualifying 2, so you have to set a time again. This is a new session there in Ferry, qualifying 3, as only driver in the pits at the moment is Gurman, so Gurman has not come out on track, then Sloth has wandered off the track, and that's quite needless there from Sloth, unfortunately, and he is going to be kicking himself with that one, because this might be the best of the track position, track time out there, so Sloth will be kicking himself there, unfortunately. Here comes Tango in the Haas car, going a bit squirrely there on the exit as well. And I remember Tango had a huge heartbreak in a F1 sense here last season, didn't he? Where he was flying out there. I think it was like Singapore as well, with no race there, where he had connection issues there. Well, it was his PlayStation issue there, wasn't it, for Tango, which really ruined his event now. And I think it robbed him at least of 2 Grand Prix wins. And that's just at the top of my mind as well. Jonathan has had an issue there. In turn 17, unfortunately, so Jonathan's lap is not going to be very competitive. Tango across the line at 45.7 now. Danger Times of 45.220. Then he is currently on the provisional pole position. Now Percy is on a 45.5 here. Emerson is stuck into second position there in the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed there for Emerson. Jonathan there coming across the line, and he's invalidated his time, Jonathan there. What about Milan there? Milan's also invalidated there. That's not good then. Chaz at the so time runner so far. Pillars slightly further back. Of course, Pillars who's had a Grand Prix win this season. I think the Pillars should have probably had more than a Grand Prix win this season. He should have probably had at least 2 or 3 in my humble opinion. Now, here comes Pillars, who's got the most pole positions so far this season with 4. Can he extend that to 5 here tonight? And he's going to be very much on his toes, but he has done it by 3/10 of a second. Pillars has been very much a qualifying machine this season, the Alfa Romeo. For 9 qualifying sessions, been on pole position 4 times. That's quite an achievement now for Pillars. Serious Person said that it's quite a tight season indeed then. German out on circuit as well. Sloth has invalidated his second time in a row here. That is not good at all. Look how heavy the rain is now. I think that we may have had the best of the track position out there. Tango said it was the Mexican Grand Prix, not here then. I was close then, but no cigar. Goodness me, I've said that twice, haven't I? I was close, wasn't I there? I suppose I was in the right part of the world then. Albeit I just need to be a bit further down in Central America rather than in North America. Is Texas North America? I don't know. That just shows how appalling my geography is. Jonathan's invalidated his time, unfortunately, so he's just had a wander somewhere. We got Milan, who is just crawling around the circle at the moment. There's a Mercedes in front of us. What about Slothfed across the line, and he's going for another by the chair as well. One of the Williams cars is going around, and Danger Times then is improved by 0.2 of a second then so far. And what about Emerson across the line as well? And has Emerson found any time? He's not found any time at all. Then who's that car behind? And then it is Milan. Oh, sorry, it's Chaz then. Who is that off? That's Percy off the circuit there. Percy has got off there at turn 18 then. Oh dear, oh dear. Milan then violated his time again. Milan has said so. He's got to find more time on there. 5 minutes ago, and this is an action-packed qualifying, isn't it? They're all staying out at the moment now. Goodness gracious me. I'm glad Williams are listening in. He's Texas is in the south. Thank you very much. It's shocking, isn't it, how little I know about the old world, isn't it, really? There we go. Yes, so Texas is in the south end, but I'm sure that everyone knew that because she was all screaming, it's your whatever you're watching this on, whether it's on a mobile device or any of that kind of stuff. And so yes, it is in the south end, Texas. Good stuff indeed. Then we will be going a bit down. We'll be going a bit down south as well. Next, it's a German there, having a bit of a swapperoo in turn 18 there, and that is very precarious indeed out there at the moment. German there coming in to into turn 19 and 20 now as well. So out of turn 20 there for German now. He hasn't set a time yet. 5 minutes ago in this qualifying session, out of the final turn. And where does German put his car? Only 7 fast. That's the sort of the time runners thus far. Sloth, who's invalidated 2 times at the moment. He needs to get himself sorted, does this Sloth does there. We was talking about his potential earlier on this qualifying session now for Sloth. He's only 10th for the World Championship at the moment now. Sloth as he clips the inside curve at 19 and going into 20 as well. You want to stay off those white lines as much as possible. You do not want to accelerate on those white lines, otherwise you'll get an old swapperoo on. Out of the final turn then, and Sloth goes 6 fast. That's much better. Danger Times in the pits, Tango in the pits as well. Ferrari, what about Emerson? He's 2100 a second down there for Emerson. He's hit the limit and beyond there for Emerson. Across the line, he improves there by less than 10 a second there. I know it's that then Milan. It's Chaz, I apologise. Chaz going third fastest there. What about Jonathan Cox said over the fly, and then Jonathan does. He's 8th fastest. Jonathan is at the moment. Just in front of German. Milan's invalidated again there. Milan has goodness me. The time is now starting to become against Milan here. German there's invalidated as well. German only 9 for the moment there. This is not good for the championship leader. He took over the championship lead back in the Japanese Grand Prix. It's a superb textbook-esque win last about that. Chaz in third at the moment there. Of course, Alfa Romeo has still got a chance at the Constructors' Championship, haven't they? They have got the team. They are very much the strongest team in the moment. In terms of the ascendancy, they're absolutely flying out there in the Constructors. Sloth is invalidated this time. Percy there is just on an outlap at the moment. What's Emerson doing? We're on board now with Emerson, the double world champion. In terms of the stats book, he is the most successful driver in ALR history then, with 33 Grand Prix wins, but he's getting out of the way. Here's Jonathan then, of course, there's Jonathan there, one of the most experienced drivers in ALR history that is. He is starting tonight. I think this is 95th Grand Prix start, if I'm not very much mistaken. It is there for Jonathan. So yes, it's 95th Grand Prix start tonight for Jonathan. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed there. Only 6 away there from the magical to 100 start, and goodness gracious me. Also tonight then, just let you know, it's actually Tango's 40th Grand Prix start as well tonight then. So that's the other big milestone tonight. I'm just taking a look down the list then. I don't think we got anyone else there with any major milestones tonight then. I don't think then. I apologise if I missed anyone. Milan takes his 49th Grand Prix start then, so he's only one away there from the magical half a century there for Milan. And good stuff indeed there, Milan, for Milan. And so 49th Grand Prix start as well tonight for Milan. Jonathan there just accelerating on. Look at how wet it is out there now. It's incredible, isn't it there? And I got to say, I struggle to see anyone improving their times in these conditions at the moment, but Jonathan does there. He puts me in my place. Jonathan does there, and so he should there. Fantastic. Milan goes 4 fast. Another driver that puts me in my place as well. Chaz in the pits, and Emerson there is carrying on then, and Emerson's had a harvesting up there as Chaz has retired from the session, and he thinks that it's all done and dusted. So Emerson's had a harvesting up, and he's staying on the used intermediate tyres here. So Emerson feels that is the best way to go. Percy out on circuit as well, and here is Percy in the Mercedes and going over the crest. Oh, I love that shot, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And he is at 3 tenths per second down. Percy is in the first split time because he's invalidated his time. Percy has there. Jonathan there, who looks like he's still on the bubble then. Is he still pushing hard in the Aston Martin there? Milan did a great job to get himself in the full fastest moment. Pillar's going for his 5th pole position of the season. Now, goodness me, he's got out the pole record for this season. Mona Pillar's is fantastic. As, yeah, he's going to be 2 in front of the next highest, which is a joint between German and Milan then on 3, respectively, at the moment now. But goodness gracious me, the rain has eased off here. Has Chazza made a major mistake here? He's caught it a day. He's already out of the car, is he? Chazza is there. Oh dear, oh dear. Here comes, well, I've said, oh dear. He might have made a beautiful decision not to get wet anymore and decide to call it a day. Jonathan's found 3 tenths a second in the second split time here. That is going to put him around the Percy Tango area in 7th position, maybe for Jonathan. As the rain is eased off quite nice indeed. Then just at the final end of this qualifying session now, I think the times are going to absolutely start to tumble, start to drop down. Having said that, then we got a yellow flag then for one of the cars in the background there. I think that was Milan that was chasing Jonathan, or just behind Jonathan. Car 25 out of the final turn there, and the rain is eased off then, and Jonathan goes down fast as just a whisker behind Percy at the moment. Milan is in the pits then. So that's not going to Milan then. It's going to be a second. It's going to be on the second row at the very most then. Emerson's on pole position there. He has found the time he needs then. Oh my goodness me. What about Pillars then? Pillars is chasing him home as well. Gurman's on the lap as well. Emerson there. That'll only be a second pole position this season for Emerson there, but that is exactly what he's done. He has stayed on the used intermediate tires. The track has started to drain. That is superb. That is absolutely superb car control. He read the conditions. He knew what he was doing. Oh my golly gosh, but Danger Times there is just absolutely found another new level in the middle sector. 7 tenths of a second up there for Danger Times. He's never been on pole position in ALR event. He is at the moment there. A 43.8 there for Pillars. Wow, that is... Oh, Tango's gone third fastest now. He's found a second, and that is it. This is the time to be on the track then. Sloth is invalidated his time. He's done this session. That's a shame for Sloth, and he's going to be 9th on the grid at the very most for the AlphaTauri driver across the line. What about Percy in the second sector then into turn 18 as well then, as where is he? There he is, and Percy is coming through lovely into turn number 19 and 20 as well then. Not running too wide then. Of course you get track invalidation there over the coming out of the final turn as well then for Percy. This is a good time. That's a great time. It's pole position there for Percy there. Wow, incredible stuff indeed then. 7 tenths a second. Jonathan Cox is up, and he is going to be 5th, I think. This is a good time for Jonathan there. Jonathan has made a statement here, and look, he's up in the 3rd now. And goodness gracious me then. Great times out of Emerson's invalidated. Emerson's gone from 1st to 4th then in the twinkling of an eye in this qualifying session. Pillars has been on pole position 4 times. Is it going to be the fantastic 5? It is. There's Pillars on pole position now for the United States Grand Prix. Gurman 2nd fastest. Gurman is on the front row of the grid. I've lost what I meant to say, but Gurman is salvaged something there when it was all looking so bleak. But Gurman's on the front row of the grid, but it is Pillars on pole position for the 5th time this season there. Wow, Pillars is absolutely fantastic in qualifying trip, and once again there, really impressive stuff indeed. And that's also his 5th pole position of his career as well there, because up until this season, Pillars, I don't think it's not ever been on pole position in the ALR. Now he's taken 5 in a single season. I think the most in a single season, wasn't it? I can't remember if it was Emerson with 9 or Jonathan with 9 now. I'll have to look that up a bit later on then, if we come close to that later on this season. But it's Pillars who's on pole position then for the United States Grand Prix. What an incredible performance there from Pillars there. The rain eased off, and Chaz has left for Sasha. That's not good. He needs to get himself back in here pronto. I need to take a breather because that was absolutely incredible stuff. The rain eased off, and I think that cost drivers like Chaz Milan and Slothven, who didn't go for another run at the very end there. Whether that was down to coming in the pits there and calling it a day, or if Sloth made a mistake as well. But Pillars on pole position for the 5th time in his For the 5th time in his 10th race this season. So 50% strike rate there from Pillars. Fantastic stuff. The 10th aid in front of German, who German up until the final minute of that qualifying session was languishing down in 10th position there, but he's now second on the grid there. Percy third, Danger Titans fourth, Jonathan in a superb fifth, Emerson sixth, and the two Constructors World Champions from last season of Jonathan and Emerson there, when they was joining for the Renault team last season there, going to be sharing row 3. Oh my goodness me, Percy saying that P3, let's go, fantastic that from Percy. A lovely shot here from the Circuit of the America in a much more sunny event there, a much more sunny scene there. And hopefully Chaz can get back in as well. Sloth saying spit on my lap, on me, and I couldn't get back out in time then. So yeah, that's such a shame there for Sloth, isn't it? But hopefully, but of course the points are awarded on race day, aren't they? Let me get ready then, because this is going to be a absolutely faboo Grand Prix. Oh, they've updated Office here. Oh, goodness me. It's my old, the master spreadsheet's looking a bit different tonight then. Goodness gracious me. They've all it's all kind of rounded off at the edges. That's very nice indeed. Lovely. Looks a bit more smart today. Quite nice. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the race, shall we? Thank you all for the likes tonight. Very good stuff indeed. Of course, last week was absolutely incredible in terms of views, wasn't it? Well, I think we had 1.4, 1.3 or 4 views in the end then. Whether that was a glitch or not due to the Brazilian Grand Prix, I'm not going to mind. I'll take that. Good stuff indeed. 20 cars then for the United States Grand Prix. I'm already a sweaty Betty already, and we haven't even started this. 28 laps around the United States Grand Prix. Let's go through the tyre change. Let's go through the tyres first, then, shall we? It's Chaz on softs, and softs for Sloth as well, and softs for William. I think that the reason why Chaz is on softs, and I'm not sure if he wants that or not, because he's exited the session at the moment now. Gooner saying good luck everyone as well. Jonathan saying I'll take P5 bet. Grid then. Pillars on pole position now for the 5th time in his career, for the 5th time in this season as well. Superb stuff there from German. For Pillars. German is alongside on row 1 then. Of course, German has got a 10-point in the World Championship, and he is now starting 5 places in front of Emerson in 6th position. There he's 2 cars in front of him on the grid. Percy in 3rd position. It's great to see Percy there right in the thick end of things as well in the Mercedes. 4th position is Danger Times. He's also in the thick of things as well. Goodness gracious me. Jonathan in 5th position. He's back in the thick of things. This is Jonathan. It's Emerson in 6th then. Emerson's going to have to do a bit of overtaking here tonight now. Tango in 7th. Chaz in 8th position. He's a ghost at the moment there. 9th position is Milan there. With 10th position at the moment now is Sloth. Of course, we've heard Sloth making a mistake on his end lap there. Unfortunately there. Troy on just outside the top 10 and 11th position there with Nigel in 12th position. Remember, those two are racing in the battle in the Constructors Championship as well, which the Alfa Romeo team was starting to really become a major problem, aren't they, in the Constructors Championship as well. So of course but with Chaz having issues there, this may be starting to play into the hands, and hopefully Chaz can get back in pronto. Gamer in 30th position there. He struggled with pace in qualifying. Cardboy in 14th position there. Dynamo down in 15th there, was doing superb in qualifying until he hit the barrier. 16th position, that's a Haas off the circuit there. That's Milan getting disqualified. 16th position is Liam. He is struggling on this circuit in terms of pace. Cowie in the relegation zone in 70th position. Same with William. He hasn't finished in the top 10 at all this season in 18th. And Siege is in 19th position there. He's super self for Mr. Elite there. He was having a good time. I think he's on holiday. Murphy in 20th position there. 20 cars and Jamie Enright, the former bronze race winner, saying howdy partner, good evening. Jamie Enright, I think that was his best Woody impression there. Into the final corner we go then. 20 cars around this Grand Prix, 28 laps then here in the Circuit of the America then, with 5 rounds to go in the championship. It's very much on a knife edge at the moment there, so between German and Emerson there. This is crucial in the championship lead then. It's can German assert his authority again then, and this is the shot going up into turn 1 then, because German took the lead in the Japanese Grand Prix last time out then. Can he extend it now then? Yellow flag and free then, and that is usually a sign of things to come. A sign that we're getting ready to go then. Lights out. And it's go for the United States Grand Prix. German's had a bit of a difficult start, and look, he's been swamped. German's been swamped, and there's going to be a contact in the turn 1 there. And Emerson's out of the dead. I thought he's going to get squeezed there, as Danger Times getting him a squeeze as well then. But Danger Times, Milan is having 2, Tango's having a 5th position there. Sloth is on the outside. Sloth is going to 4th position. That's a great start, and Pillars leads Percy's out position. Yellow flag. Dynamo Dan's round in the back. Dynamo Dan is round in the back then. Chaz has left for session, and that's not good at all then. as we go through the slalom part of the first sector here. Gamer down into 12 minutes there. Williams up 5 minutes as well then. And look at the Pillars leads by 8 seconds a second now from the Percy second minutes there. I don't know, German, I thought he was being swamped there, but somehow he's been able to only lose one position there. Emerson has lost one position as well. That's Debris on one of the cars that's come off there. I know, who is it? Chaz is back in the session there. Liam and Carboy have swapped position as well. And Percy is now lost out there to German, because German's now back into 12th position there. Danger Times in 30 position, Danger Times in 4th position as well. William and Nigel are sharing the pit. Oh, there's contact there. And now just having a look as well. And on the inside goes William there. William's got a 3-second penalty. Go for an aggressive start here in this race there. But look, Nigel's up the inside there. That's a ghost of Chazza. Jonathan dropping down 4 positions as well. And who is that? That's Chazza's ghost there, which is causing all kinds of anarchy. And Jonathan is on the inside then into turn 18. But Milan's got the inside into turn 19 now. He's done it. He's passed Jonathan. And moves up into 8th position there. Jonathan down to 9th position there. That one completed. The gap is 1.5 seconds already there from Pillars and German there. Percy in 3rd position. Danger Times is in 4th, but Sloth is now all over the back of Tango. Then he's going on the outside there. Tango is going for the inside there. That's going to tighten his entry there. And look at that though. Sloth has just gone up and under. This is a great drive so far from Sloth at 5 positions in 1 lap already. Fantastic 17. Then he's now on the outside of Tango. Brilliant 17. That is job done there from Sloth. Wow, goodness me. Then he is someone that's lit a fire on his rear posterior tonight. Fantastic there. Emerson now is in 7th. Milan is in 8th position as well. William and has now got past Gamer. William is on a superb lap here. He has got a 3-second penalty, of course, but he's up into 11th position here. William is fantastic 17th there. Chazza, I think, is now back in the session by the looks of this. Good 17th there. Lewis is a goat then from from Sam Lewis. Beats then up the inside goes Chazza. He is back in the 12th position there. He's got a lot of time to make up though, hasn't he? I don't think anyone came in the pits there, but we did see a lot of debris come off the down just before this back straight as well. Having a look at deep that is here now, just having a look, going up the inside there. Gamer said he is up the inside there, and oh goodness me, Chazza breaks so much later, and he is in 12th position there. Good defending there from Chazza. Good stuff indeed. Then great. Then this has been an okay start into the United States Grand Prix. Nigel's dropped down a couple of positions there, and look at this. Carboy's up the inside of the first era champion in ALR. Nigel's now dropped down into 50 position. Liam is battling with Murphy as well in 16th and 17th position. It's quite fraught action here in ALR Golf then. And we're just coming across the line as well then. Danger Times, my man, will take it today then from Play Tendo F1 and Serious Red Stadium. Told you, toughest gold season ever then. DRS has been enabled then at the end of the third lap, I should say then. Sloth up the inside, trying to have a look there on Sniff on the inside of Danger Times. He's on the soft tires, I'll remind you that. William there has just gone up and under past Troy, but look at that, Troy just coming back on, and much more acceleration there from Troy. And staying in 10th position. Williams on a superb race so far. Nigel has come in the pits. I wonder if Nigel's the car. We've seen the debris flick off going down the back straight as well. Williams on the outside here. Williams on the outside. That's fantastic. Oh, that's going to be contact there. There's a brush over the side pods there. But William there is still. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Oh, goodness me. He's just knocked Troy up there. That's very aggressive driving there for William. And Troy dropping down the order and coming back on the circuit there. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That was a bit. I don't mind. I love a bit of aggressive driving there, but I think that might have been a punch too far there, perhaps. Unfortunately, Troy dropping down the order then, and that's not going to help Ferrari in their own championship battle with McLaren at the moment. And Danger Times is now up into, or is he? Because look at this, Percy's on the outside, and Danger Times on the inside. I'm sure he had a bump there from Slough, but Slough is up in the 5th position. And oh goodness me, there's a lot of drivers got something to prove here tonight, haven't they? Goodness gracious me, then. But Percy's still in. No, Danger Times in 4th position there. No, 3rd position. I'll get it right eventually. Percy in 4th position. 5th position is Slough at the moment. Look, Tango through. Sloth is on the outside there. Sloth got damage. He's dropping down the order. Sloth there is having a superb opening lap here, and he is in the pits. And or is he? He is in the pits. And Williams got another 3-second penalty. That's 2 3-second penalties. Unfortunately for William. Then lap 4. Then we got German, who's now starting to hunt down Pillars in the battle for the lead. Then Percy in 4th position. Tango 5th. Emerson in 6th. Emerson 6 second back mode. Then Milanis and Jonathan in 8th position there. As we got Sloth now into the pits as well. Unfortunately, as Seriously say, Troy is not going to be happy with that. It was a bit robust to say the very least, wasn't it? Back on board with Emerson now, so I'm leading with him from left to right here, going through the slalom first sector here. Of course, it's the S's, isn't it? But Emerson down in 6th position moment, whilst his championship rival is now starting to put the squeeze on, is now really putting the squeeze on the race leader, which is Pillars at the moment. Pillars has been so good in the qualified section. Williams in the wall. Williams is out of the race. He was pushing, wasn't he? Williams was there, but he's out of the race of the virtual safety car. Williams there was very much a man on the mission, wasn't he, in the opening stage of this race? Goodness me, really attacking the track there. But gosh, that was quite a brutal start there for Williams. Out of the race is left the session there. And that is such a shame there for William there, so he remains 20th and rooted at the foot of the championship, unfortunately there for William, just down the back straight. We got virtual safety car, everyone has to adhere to the delta. In terms of safety cars right here, I thought Liam ran to the back of Cardboy then. In terms of the safety car percentage around here, I don't think it's very high really, is it there? As robust was just plain rude. Laugh out loud. Goodness me. It was quite elbows out. He wasn't really. Well, wasn't even elbows out. He was just kind of like a bit of a nerf. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, the safety car likelihood around here, I'd say it's quite low compared to most tracks around here. Of course, if you crash quite heavily in the first sector, then it is quite difficult to clear cars, isn't it? So, yes, we're all adhering to the delta. And any drivers on softs now. Sloth and Nigel have gone on to softs, and softs for Chaz as well. DR's enabled. We're back racing. And what is going on up here? It is, look at this. It's Emerson having a look there of Tango. Tango's had a bit of a sluggish start here. Now, Emerson, then, who's a much better race driver than I think he is qualified. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. He's really pushing on this leader. Look at this. Going for the S's once again, and taking a lot of curb there. Emerson is there. As German is now 7/10 a second back then from Pillars, who currently leads this race. And Danger Thomas in third, then Percy in fourth, then Cowie's got a 3-second penalty. It's a brutal race, this one. It's not one of my favourite tracks, but a lot of drivers actually like this one. It's a very enjoyable track when you get into the rim and things, but I don't think I've ever been in the rim and things since this track made its debut on F1 2012, all those years ago. Almost 9 years ago. Goodness gracious me, it flies, doesn't it? Senna, hey, hello, Senna. Hope you're well tonight. Great, of course, Senna, the super sub for ALR at the moment. I can't wait to see him in a full-time drive eventually. Sloth there has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles down in 18th position now. Emerson just ran out of straight, believe it or not. It's quite a long straight down there. He is the meat in the Haas sandwich out here. Tango in London, of course, two of the stronger driver lineups in this season, but however, the Haas team have been a bit up and down, haven't they, over the course of the season. Pillars is now 5/10 a second away from German. And German there is going to be pushing on, but remember, Pillars has nothing to lose in terms of the championship battle. However, German has a lot to lose because he's also now extended in the World Championship, 18 points there compared to Emerson's 8 points here, so it'll be 20 points in front of Emerson going into the next race in Mexico in a week's time. Of course, the final season of this World Championship, the final couple of races of this World Championship, Chances goes through, passes Jonathan, and moves up into, oh goodness me, Jonathan coming from way back there, and having a good old sniff up the inside there. A yellow flag in free as Nigel has come a cropper somewhere. It's quite a fast and furious end to the championship here. Quite an end as Sloth is out of the race then. Sloth is out of the race. Has he gone into the pit wall here? That looks a very unusual place. There's a virtual safety car. Nigel's in the pits here. No, just take a look then. No, he's gone around there, but no, he's on the inside there, so I think the Sloth has gone the accelerator and gone into the wall there, has to the exit there, so a virtual safety car here. No, I'm wondering if anyone's going to take this opportunity. I think that didn't Pease take a virtual safety car fairly early on in the race there, and last season there, and he really propelled himself up a couple of positions there, didn't he, Pease? And I'm sure that's how he got the advantage, didn't he, over Emerson in terms of that battle last season, but as I said, but yeah, it's a very fast and furious end then to this championship. Then of course we got USA tonight, in a week's time it's Mexico, then another week's time it is Brazil, then we go to Australia and Abu Dhabi. 5 more rounds to go in gold, then the championship is nowhere near settled, I don't think. It's going to be cracking indeed. Sergio's saying the terrible track then, the track then, Senna saying he's not good, he's got confidence, I'm sick. How are you then? But to be honest, I'm not too well, but most important thing is, Senna, is that you get better than, of course, yeah, it's awful. It's awful. This COVID, isn't it? No, can't wait to see the back of it. And of course, we've all got our fingers crossed that you'll be better soon, Senna. And of course, it's been really good to see Senna race as well. And he was in COBALT, wasn't he? Last on Wednesday as well. Of course, Senna was unable to race because he's normally a super sub, isn't he, for the silver and bronze races there. But he did race in COBALT, didn't he? Still a bit unwell. And he still got 5th position there. So Senna Really impressive indeed there. Get well soon, Senator, and can't wait to see you back in ALR in the not too distant future. We're on board with Emerson, and who is trying to get past Tango here. Tango there is putting up a bit of a stout defence here, isn't he? To say the very least there. So Emerson there, of course, I don't think Emerson will want to be waved by. No driver would want to be waved by at all. They do love it when they have a cracking overtaking manoeuvre, but Tango has really pushed him into the back of his teammate. I wonder if it's a bit of Haas play here, and I wonder if he's now just being put. Oh goodness me! I think that was Charles doing a bit of the twist again. Emerson now has got a lot of speed then on the outside, but Tango there just very gently squeezed him to the outside there. And yeah, the boat there's Carboy is just got up into 10th position, passes Gamer. Gamer's strung at this moment in time, but he is back up, is he? They're battling for the final position place. Carboy trying to take the race in line now. Gamer, oh, he's gone back. No, that's a cracking maneuver there from Gamer. Lovely stuff indeed there. Liam is having a look, and oh, golly gosh! Oh, goodness me, of course, I think we had Sutil on a big old smash there in 2014, or something like that, wasn't it? Where is, oh, he's on the outside there, but Gamer's on the inside. Oh, goodness me, I think Murphy had a huge smash here last season, didn't he, as well? Then as we go into the final couple of corners here, Gamer's gone a bit wide, they're back on board with Gamer. Murphy on a sniff on the inside, a lock up at the inside front tyre for Carboy. This is getting very precarious indeed as we come across the line now. And so Gamer still still status quo then at the moment. Carboy on the look then is hang on. Oh, he's going to the back now. Oh gosh, then excuse me. Much better. Gamer's gone to the back of Carboy. I'm sure that's damaged the wings then. We don't see the wings get damaged too much, do we? But the wings are so it's just so designed so beautifully and precise, aren't they? Even the minutest damage, what we sit on for Verstappen today as well. The understraight of the wing now caused Verstappen to lose an abundant amount of time in the Qatar Grand Prix. I said Qatar, not guitar. Grand Prix. So yeah, that's how imperative these front wings are, and I'm glad that they're going to be more. I'm glad that they're going to be more, oh, and look, there's Tango. Emerson's on the outside. Tango's going to try and squeeze him off here, but Emerson has the inside line here for the Ferrari. And look at this great battling for the Ferrari and the Haas car. Milan's having a sniff as well. And Tango's not having any of that then. And Tango just running him out wide then. Is Emerson going to get better purchasing on the outside into turn 18? Not quite here. As Tango is defending for all he can then. German is just pulling away then. We've got yellow flags in the background. Is someone has gone off then. Cowie has joined the session and Liam Yet is dropping down the order, unfortunately, so something's gone majorly wrong then. Both Aston Martins are now in the points end. We're just sticking with this battle here. Lap number 9 of the Grand Prix. Murphy's now with 11th position there. Good stuff indeed there for Murphy, who is battling for Milan then. Is battling with Milan. And look, Tango kept the door open there. Emerson's up the inside. Passes Tango. But Tango then, of course, he's driving to, of course, Tango. Oh my goodness me, Emerson there is going wheel to wheel. Oh, almost had a squirrel there, Emerson is there. And I mean, as the back end was shaken from left to right there, into the pits comes Carboy. He's got damage, I think, now from whatever happened earlier on then. Oh my goodness me, then is now is Emerson there would like to have got the job done there, but he hasn't, has he? That Tango is putting up a beautiful defence there, isn't he? Emerson there must be getting shortly frustrated in the Ferrari here. And Milan now looks right. Look who's in the background. Chaz has been invited to the party, I think then. We're going to have 4 of the biggest names in ALR history there. Tango, Emerson, Milan and Chazza. All fights there. It's this moment in time, and these are the 4 of the biggest names in ALR at the moment. And look at this, and Tango is going to defend there, but Emerson's on the outside, and that, oh my goodness, Milan's on the inside, but Emerson has got it there. He's got it. Tango's dropped down 2 positions. Murphy's in 10th there. Emerson is now up in the 5th position there. Now, has he got the pace that he needs to get his head down? Emerson does that. He has been battling with the Haas cars for quite a number of laps now, is there? And look, Chaz on soft tires. They're trying to make hay whilst the sun is shining here in Kota. Wow, incredible. Great stuff indeed. That yellow flag is one of the McLarens, and Nigel's having a nightmare day out there at the moment. So we're not sure what happened there with Liam yet. I think Carboy had to come in the pits. He's had damage and that's pulling him out of sync. He's on the soft tires now, is Carboy, but that's his great opening couple laps had really come to nothing, unfortunately. Look at this, and Tango's defending there, but Chazza swings on the inside. He's braked so much later, hasn't he? And Tango trying to go on the outside there. They're going to have wheel to wheel. Remember, this is soft versus the medium tires. here. Tango might have to give this one up then. Oh my goodness, people, he's not, is he? That's great racing. That is why I'm just a mere mortal, and these guys are superhuman. Fantastic. And Chaz are now into 10th position there. Emerson has got a 4-second deficit between himself and Percy. Percy in 4th position around there, and the back gallop at the front, still half a second at the moment. Great battle in there. That was fantastic stuff indeed. Really enjoyed that one. That was great stuff. Let's go to the comments, shall we? Senna is saying he's racing tomorrow. That's fantastic, isn't it? Good something there to see Senna racing there. We have got Sarah's racing there saying PS4 versus fire. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I am now. Oh my goodness me, I'm not even in position. It's Milani, so he's in 5th. Let me settle down. Milani's now into 5th position there. Emerson's just knocked over the bollard. That is a fine, I'm sure of it. But Milani is now up into 5th position. Emerson dropping down to 6th, and this is not good then for the double world champion here tonight then. And Milan there is really showing some fight up there. Tango is dropping back, and one of Tango might be going for the undercut. It's too early though, isn't it? Because what is the strategy around here? I haven't even talked about the strategy yet. Goodness gracious me, that. Wow, and incredible stuff, Fed. Because of course, in terms of strategy, then how are they going to play? Is it going to be the medium to the hard tires? Is it going to be medium to soft? I'm sure we had medium to soft last year, didn't we? I think Peas went the other way though, didn't he? Just on board now, the nose cut of Emerson, and there's Milan. He's starting to pull away slightly. Chaza is now on the case of Emerson as well. Gurman has not got past Pillars yet. Pillars has got a 3-second penalty. That is going to make Gurman's life so much easier now, as Gurman could just sit behind him now. He doesn't have to overtake, does he? And Gurman there could be on course for a 7th Grand Prix win of the season there. So Pillars going to have to, well, Pillars there had the high ground up until that point. Now he's going to have to, how much pace he got in that Alfa Romeo car, he's going to have to really put his head down and start to really push that. Carboy has got the fast lap on, and you get a bonus, you get the point for the fast lap. It doesn't matter where you are in the field, as long as you get the fast lap, that's all that matters there, of course. It's a slight different rule change to the real world of Formula 1. Emerson's almost out of DRS range as well. We've got Gurman, who is gaining, but he's not close enough at the moment, is he? 18 cars still remain. Nigel's having a bit of a nightmare race down in 18th position there. Carboy out of sync as well, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Troy is having a great recovery drive, isn't he? Cowie in 30th position now, Siege in 12th at the moment. Both the Alpine drivers who they're both last in the Constructors' Championship, but Cowie is also down in 18th position in the Drivers' Championship as well. Of course, Cowie at the moment will be relegated to silver on Monday night, then, as it stands at the moment now. But let's see how this one plays out, because we've still got 5 races to go, including the one that we're on then. Gurman and Pillars are still quite close together. Danger Times is 5.5 seconds back. Then Percy is another 5.5 seconds back as well, as we're on lap 12 here. Really enjoying this race then. No safety cars yet, and having an absolute fantastic time here on Sunday. Really enjoying myself. Fantastic stuff indeed. That all I need now is a bit of a margarita there, and of course with a lovely umbrella. Then my Sundays will be absolutely perfect stuff indeed, apart from the fact it's Monday tomorrow and I have to go back to work. Gap at the front then is 0.3 of a second there. Gurman second at the moment then. But Gurman is really starting to put the hammer down now, because I think you can see that what we can see, and look at that is that Cowie is Cowie and Siege then are battling. The 2 Alpine drivers are battling away there. It was a great day for Alpine earlier on then in the Qatar Grand Prix. However, it's not doing too well at the moment, is it? The 2 Alpine drivers at the moment. Cowie in 12th position does have a 3-second penalty though, doesn't he now? Look at the front though, that's what we need to look at. Gurman there is going for the lead there, and he has to do it, because look in the background, that Williams at Danger Times is gaining on him hand over fist now. Great manoeuvre, and now Gurman is now up into the lead of the Grand Prix, and goes there. Emerson is Chaz is dropping down there, because look, now we got Tango back up in into 10th position as well. It's one of those soft tires. I've had enough of it. He's done 12 laps on the soft tires, and that to me tells me that it's going to be a medium to soft race, or a soft to medium race, because no one is gambling on the hard tires here. No one wants the hard tires, do they? But it looks at this, because I'm sure that Nigel and Carboy, who had to pit earlier on, then would have gone to the hard tires if it was a viable option. But it isn't there? But a gap at the front now. It's now 0.4 of a second now. Gurman leads this race, and Pillars in second, but Pillars will drop down to third down this 3-second penalty then. Pillars has been absolute the pole position. It's been pole king, hasn't he, over the season so far. Really good stuff indeed there. But however, wins have been not coming as regularly. He's only only had one Grand Prix win so far. We're on board with Pillars now then in the Alfa Romeo, then really trying to keep up with German, but German is in a completely different stratosphere at the moment. You see, Chaz is now on the medium tires to the end of the race then. Chaz will have the undercut there over Emerson, Tango, and maybe even Milan as well. Milan is 1.5 seconds back at the moment. Liam, who's just squeezed in front, but Chazza will have come out in an abundance amount of traffic here, so that is not good for Chazza at all, is it? Because look, he's going to be right behind Liam, and look, he's losing time already in the dirty air of Liam. Liam is not coming to pitch just yet, but he is on the 12 lap of medium tires, so they're not going to be as quick here. Just to confirm it, seriously, so the hard tires are rubbish here, and the race is too short then, so that is why no one is going for the hard tires then. Thank you very much, it's good to have experts in the comment box as well. As Becca has just joined us as well, asking about if it's going to rain or not. I think this I've completely missed some of the comments there, so we're going to leave it there. But no, Becca, I don't think it's raining. However, I haven't looked out my window lately. We're just watching Pillars, but it's not raining in the race either. Chaz has got past Liam. Pillars has really started to put the pressure on German again, and it's the battle for lead. As I've already stressed, and German at the moment now has got a 10-point lead in the World Championship. Pillars is down in 8th position in the World Championship, so he is not fighting for anything. However, Alfa Romeo are, so even still, I think that Alfa Romeo would still want some good points. And the yellow flag then is German's teammate Nigel has gone off the circuit. He is out of the race, and there's a safety car here. Oh my goodness me! And German's McLaren teammate has caused a safety car. Who is in the pits? Murphy is the first driver to come into the pit lane for the Red Bull team. Is it a stretch too far then for the soft runners? So into the pit side comes Gamer Cowie. Siege in the pits. Well, this is an appalling time for the Alpine cars. Siege has been disqualified. Siege has been disqualified. So I think he was trying to hold the drivers up then because he was too close to his teammate, and Siege is out of the race. And so we've had Siege out. Look, the Ferrari mechanics go to pits, but Siege, I think that was illegally blocking then, wasn't it? Oh dear. Siege out the race, and unfortunately, Dynamo Dan then, I say, Dynamo Dan then coming out of the pits for a car boy on soft tires. Then, the soft tires going to be able to get to the end from here. And where is Chazza going to come out? These questions we need answering, don't we? Goodness me, I'm a very impatient man indeed then. But we will get them answered in the not too distant future. Soft tires at about 11 laps on Chaz's car. The track could be more rubbered in at the later stage of the Grand Prix, and also because we got more because the tires will not it's more rubber on the track, isn't it, in this race, and also they will be lighter on fuel as well, so the soft tires should go slightly longer then, so this may be okay then. Murphy, Cowie, Gamer, Troy, Diamond Dan, Carboy are on the soft tires. Out of the race then is Siege, and out of the race is also for blocking the pit entry there, which is a bit harsh there, wasn't it? I think he was just trying to back off so look at this at the top. All the top three then coming in the pits. I assume everyone be in the pits. Is this a golden opportunity to come in the pits as well? I don't think anyone is going to. There's not really much room for manoeuvre in terms of strategy around here. German on the soft tires. Danger Thomas is not coming to the pits. Danger Thomas is at pit garages at the end. Then Pillars also coming out of the pits as well. Williams mechanics they going to work. Milan in the pits, and Percy coming out of the pits as well. Woodrow is going to get hurt. It's this man here. It's Tango. Oh, Tango then, and look at the harsh mechanics that are having to. Tango's having to queue up here, and he has lost out majorly, and Dynamo Dan's got a 3-second penalty. He's going to be kicking himself on that one. Can Chazza? I think that Emerson's still in front here, and Jonathan's in front of Chazza as well. So Chazza there hasn't really gained up many positions at all because of that safety car, and Chazza's on the slower tire as well, the medium tires here. Liam has stayed out as well. Liam is going against the grain here. He's in 10th position now. However, Liam may struggle to keep up the pace out on that one. There's the beautiful Mercedes AMG car. Is the safety car here tonight then. Searchman saying that's silly. If he was under the Delta, that shouldn't matter then. Gordon saying hello. Searchman saying yellow as well then. Oh gosh then. So as Becca has asked if Ray was expected, and Searchman saying not till tomorrow. Okay, thanks. I'll take an umbrella tomorrow to uni then. I would suggest you would as well. Having said that, I must admit, I'm a bit like old Boris Johnson with the umbrellas. I was trying to put one up the other day, and it completely, it wasn't even windy. It just turned inside out, and I just threw it to the floor and had a bit of a temper time for that. So umbrellas is not my friend at all. Only 4 pounds at this track. Fair play for Gordo saying that. Yeah, it's been very impressive indeed. Then let's just take stock. We're on lap 15. We're just over half distance here in this Grand Prix. Out of the race that is Siege. That is. Serious Merchant was saying that's City under Delta. It shouldn't matter. I think that we're talking about Siege and getting disqualified from the race there because he was blocking the pit entry there, which is a bit harsh there. I would hazard a guess then. William out of the race, and Sloth out of the race, and Nigel out of the race. Well, Nigel's the cause of the safety car. Gurman leads Gurman leads second is Pillars. Danger Times in third with Percy in fourth. Milan fifth. Emerson in sixth. Hopefully he'll be a bit happier on the soft tires. Jonathan having a superb race there in seventh position. A strong performance here for Jonathan tonight. Great stuff indeed. Chaz, the safety car has really hurt Chaz's strategy, I think, then, is he was really going for the undercut, wasn't he, there? And he would have gained much more position than that. And he's eighth now. Tango in ninth position. He had to queue behind his teammate Pillar. No, he didn't. Tango had to queue behind his teammate Pillar. Said, what's going on here? As Liam's in the pits. That's all what's going on. Cowie's in the pits as well here. So we got a couple of pit stops going on here. Tango had to queue coming into the pits out, didn't he? And because of that, then, he has dropped down to top position. Murphy in 10th as well. And good drive here from Murphy going for another draw today, which will be Murphy's. I think the Murphy is now on a total of this will be a 16th draw of the day then, which is over double the next highest, which is Emerson. No, it isn't, which is Mr. Elite on 7. Emerson's on 6 at the moment. Incredible stuff indeed there. Liam now on soft tires. And Cowie's gone to medium tires here. So interesting strategy call from Cowie. So he feels that medium tires might be the best way to go there. Siege is saying then that Game Throws got disqualified when it sorted itself out. Oh, so Siege wasn't playing a tactical game at all then. It was just a game gremlin rather than a Siege gremlin, unfortunately. And because of that, Siege is out of the race. So that's a shame for Siege. Siege was in the midfield. I think that major points may have been a bit of a stretch for the Alpine drivers tonight then, but they could have got a point or two. It's usually the second half of the race that can become quite chaotic then. This has been a good race tonight, though, isn't it? Very similar to Bronze, hasn't it? If anyone watched the Japanese race of Bronze last week, really good stuff indeed then. Of course, if you're a McLaren or Ayrton fan, I would advise you not to watch then, because it's quite heartbreaking to watch, isn't it? However, if you're a UMAN fan, then he got his first ever Grand Prix win since being crowned the COBALT champion. Good stuff indeed there for UMAN Pro. That was his first race win in Bronze there, and that was only his second race he's participated in as well. So good stuff indeed there for UMAN Pro. The Bronze championship was so condensed there after. What is going on here then is Liam and Carboy have just come to blows there. I'm not sure what's happened there, but that is not good at all. Liam has got no front wing at all, has he? Oh my goodness me, and Liam who is not liking this track at all, and now he's got a front wing problem there as well. I think the safety car may be coming in at the end of this lap as well. I think he is, because that is just really hurt. And Diamond done there was almost stationary, but Liam's race has gone from bad to worse here, isn't it? Because he's struggling on this race anyway. Serious Rose said, don't fall for it, Sean. Siege is a sneaky bugger now. So now we're going into the final couple of quarters. Gerben needs Pillars in second position there. Third is Dater Times 1. Let's go then. It's lap 17 of the United States Grand Prix. So as Gerben leads second position, is Chaz has got a 3-second penalty. That's crucial, and he's going to be kicking himself there. So he's got it just under the safety car restart as well. Going up into turn 1. Gerben, Pillars, 2/10 seconds separates those two drivers as well. Tango's close to the back at Chaz, but not close enough to mount a charge mode now. Liam is retired from the session now, and I think that might be a -5 point deduction for him and Mercedes if he's done it more than once. And who is that? Pillars is off the circuit there. Oh dear. And Pillars, I don't think he's getting it. He's got a 3-second penalty. Pillars has that. Carboy's got one as well. And I think Gordo is giving the drivers the cursed jinx here. As you said, only 3 seconds, only a couple of penalties. Well, we've got a lot now. Look at 6 seconds, 8 seconds for Carboy, 6 seconds for Pillars. That is crucial tonight for Pillars, and he's going to be dropping down on bud there to opposition. Tango's through and up into 8th position there. Chaz is down to 9th, but Chaz's race may come later on in this one, where he's going to have more, where he's going to have a lot more, where he's going to have maybe a lot more tire life in the drives around and moves on the soft tires. Emerson's got a 3-second penalty as well, so is Tango. They're all starting to rein in penalties here. Murphy is all over the back of Chaz as well. We're on board with Murphy there in his 103rd or 4th Grand Prix start. I can't remember how many, but it just feels right there. Emerson getting a penalty as well, and so that is crucial. If there's a safety car later on this race, then that's going to be pivotal in the Grand Prix outcome here. Milan is putting pressure on Percy as well. It's great to see Percy back in action then. Of course, he is a very strong driver, Percy is, but he's been in the wilderness as of late. Government says the fast up race then with Pillars in second, Danger Times and further Percy 4th, Milan in 5th position, Emerson is in 6th, Jonathan in 7th at the moment there. What about Murphy then? Murphy is mounting an attack then. No, he isn't mounting an attack, he is mounting a siege, and he is up into 9th position there. Passes Chaza. Murphy in the points. He's now in 9th, but it's technically in 8th position here because Tango's got a 3-second penalty for his Emerson. Milan's got a 3-second penalty as well. Sirius said, well done, Gordo. It wasn't, but Sirius said, at least it wasn't painful. So the penalties are starting to really rein in. They are indeed. Now look at the penalties situation. Milan is taking too much curb out. He spun the car. He has spun the car here. That he's luckily he's ghosted them, but Milan they're pushing hard. He just hit a bit of the inside curb there, and he has dropped all the way down there from 5th to 14th here in this race. Oh, Milan there, that is crucial. Emerson is now preparing himself in the 5th position. Here's the top 3 at the moment there. German, Pillars, Danger Times, Percy. Now there's Emerson just a bit further back as well. My goodness gracious me. And just watching German, who's got a second lead now over Pillars, who is starting to drop back into the clutches of Danger Times here, who's in third position. But Danger Times, when Danger Times does score, he normally, more often than not, does score quite high points, doesn't he? Danger Times does, and of course Danger Times and Pillars are at joint 8th in the championship. So this is a potential championship swap around here as well, which Pillars will be dropping down to 9th then as it stands at the moment, which is not good at all. That is such a shame then. Across the line, and DRS has now been enabled then in this race. And what about Chaza? Chaza is looking like he's on the wrong tyres at the moment now. Now Gamer, who was struggling qualifying, is now in the points. Well, it's a good day at the moment for the Aston Martin team driver. Said, I'm not saying any more than that, man, because I felt I'm going down a dark hole and giving him a jinx there, and I do not want to give anyone a commentator's curse there, because I'm already probably off a lot of drivers' Christmas cards list for doing that. Back on board Milan then, who is down in 14th position on their cardboard just in front of us as well. So Gamer, Gamer's got a 3-second penalty. Oh goodness me. Gamer is down in 10th position, but that 3-second penalty is going to be quite painful indeed there for the Aston Martin driver. Cowie at the back of the field at the moment on the medium tyres, and the drivers are now starting to gap each other at the moment. So the field spread in this second part of the race is quite high then. Liam is saying, and I adjusted my headset under the virtual, adjust my VR set under the virtual safety. We'll come back to me because I think the Gamer is going for a overtake. He is going for an overtake. He's done it. He's passed Chaza, and Chaza dropping down to 10th position. Jonathan and Tango are now fighting for position. This is a battle for 6th and 7th, and Jonathan there has no penalty, and that's great. That's great race there for Jonathan there. Tango there just taking a bit of the curb there on the inside here. Now he's going to go for the old switcheroo, but Jonathan parked his car beautifully in the apex of the corner there. Milan passed Donovan down up into the 30th position there. Great defending there from Jonathan there. Absolutely parked it beautifully well. German's made a mistake somewhere because Pillars has found almost a second on this lap alone. My word there. Pillars doing a great job then. Is trying to reel back in German, but he does have a 6-second penalty now as well. That which has almost certainly put Pillars out of this race, I would say. Tango has got a run on Jonathan there. The turn when it's so invites there. Jonathan is elected to go on the inside then, so Tango on the outside. But Jonathan there going in deep then. He's going to try and run him out of road then. That is inch perfect there for drivers. Good stuff indeed there. Lovely defensive driving there from both our Percy's got a 3-second penalty as well. These penalties are really racking up now. Oh my goodness gracious me then. And look at this, there's Murphy, who is just on the back of these drivers as well, and he is keeping a close eye on this one. Keeping a close eye on this one, isn't he? Tango, and they can see that Emerson and Co. is now starting to stretch their advance over Jonathan. And at the moment now, Emerson with a 3-second penalty still will be able to finish 5th at this rate of the race end. So that's exactly what Emerson would need. Of course, at the moment now, Emerson's on the back foot. See there, and look, Pillars is going for the lead. That he is retaken German there, and that is not good there because yes, albeit Pillars does have a 3-second penalty. And look, Murphy's coming as well. Where's Murphy? Murphy's got one. He's going for 2. He's on the outside, but Tango is having none of it there. And it does take 2 to Tango. However, it takes 3 to Tango. Jonathan is on the outside there. And Murphy, who's still in 7th position as well. We've got a great almighty scrap between Chazza, Gamer, Troy, Milan, Carboy in the background as well. The back of the front, and that's Pillars is taking lead. It's not crucial in terms of what Pillars is doing. However, it is crucial what the Pillars going to hold up Gurman though, because of course Gurman's going to have the dirty air, and that is going to allow danger times in this one as well. And so that is not good at all then for Gurman. He needs to stretch that advantage and get out of the DRS range. Milan is doing a great recovery drive. He's back up to the position, getting past Troy. Troy does not have penalties there, and that could be important as well. Just going back to Liam Yes comment, and as I was reading it out then, and then I kind of got distracted then. Liam Yes saying it was adjusting my VR under safety car, and also went AI, and it decided to ram into Carboy, and I lost my front wing. Sorry, so that's why Liam lost them. That's why Liam unfortunately got some issues there. So that's such a shame indeed that. Serious Match saying that Dan may win this one. Then Dan is looking quite strong at the moment, but he needs to get past Tango, because Tango is now 3 seconds behind Emerson. Milan has now got past Chazza and moved up into 10th position. And Chazza's medium. He's gone Chazza was on the alternative strategy, wasn't he? Because of that, then that's really hurt him in the race tonight. As to there, lap 21 out of 28 there. This is the battle for the lead then. It's Pillars leading from Gurman, leading from Danger Times. Percy is about 3 seconds back, well, 2.5 seconds back at the moment then, but this is getting precarious for Gurman, who would like to have just gone out in front and pulled away then, but that's not the case anymore, is it? As I'm just trying to take a breather here. So Milan is back in the points as well. Great recovery drive from Milan there. Very good stuff indeed there. Great. Oh no, and Gamer's out of the race then, and he's got off then. And where is he? He's off in. I wonder if he's got. There's a safety car late on in this race there, and that is crucial. Down to 14 race down to 14 cars in this race. Emerson in the pits, and Pillars P's in the pits as well. So now this is going to get interesting. These are where the penalties are going to really start to hurt the drivers. Emerson the Ferrari mechanics and get ready for it as well. So he's in the pits, and here comes Troy in as well. There's going to be a queue, I think, for the Ferrari team. Then here comes Tango then, who had to queue, didn't he, behind his teammate earlier on there, but luckily his team is behind him this time then. So it's a safety car, Murphy out there as well then. So, goodness me, getting very tight there, and that may help Chaz. And then look, Milan's got damage there. Of course, Gamer is next to Milan, and I hope that is on the Gamer after session. He's out of the race, down to 14 runners, and Milan is down at the back of the field here. Let's see what he can do there. Then this is going to get very interesting. So drives around coming then is Pillars, Gurman, Danger Times, and Carboy. This is a major problem now, because they've come to the safety car quite quickly here, so they have to adhere to the Delta. So Percy is in prime position here, along with Emerson, Tango, and Murphy. Oh my goodness me! This is going to get very interesting indeed. And so Pillars, Gurman, Danger Times, and Carboy have not come to the pits there. They're surely going to be vulnerable on their own tyres now. Oh my golly gosh, and another twist in the championship. My goodness me. Wow, this is going to get very interesting indeed then. So the drivers did come in the pits, and Percy. Let's take a look at the penalties. So Percy came in the pits, and so did Emerson, so did Tango, but they've all got 3-second penalties. Murphy has got no penalties at all, and on his 103rd/4th start, I can't remember which, he could potentially be this could be his first ever Grand Prix win for Murphy. My goodness me, he's going to be salivating, I think. Jonathan in 9th position there. He could also get his 3rd Grand Prix win here tonight then, with the lack of penalties. Chaz in 10th and Troy in 11th. He's got no penalties here. This could be a good day again for Troy. Donovan down in 12th and Callie in 13th. Milan in 14th position there. 3-second penalties for 12th, 13th and 14th positions there. My goodness gracious me then, that's absolutely good. Somebody searched for saying not pitting was a bad move, and it was indeed. And I think the other thing was then that the drivers at the front didn't have a safety car doubt or anything like that, did they? Because they caught up to the safety car so quickly, didn't they? That usually they want the gap in the gap would have been minimised, wouldn't it? But the safety cars literally parked right from the get-go. So Pillars, Gurman, and Danger Times, who've been the cream of the crop in this race so far, that is going to be difficult indeed. I think the top guys were past the pit lane though, wasn't they? I think they were. No Danger Times. I think Danger Times, Pillars, and Gurman was. The first ride it wasn't was actually Percy. But it's such a split second, isn't there? Where it could be 0-0 stuff. Lap 23 out of 28. And this straightforward race has really been turned upside down because of the safety car. And goodness gracious me, that. And It's going to get very interesting indeed now, isn't it? So they've elected not to come to the pits here because they would have been guaranteed to drop right down to the back of the Crocodile, Pillars, German and Danger Times and Cartboy. So they've elected to stay out at this stage then, and let's see what they can do then. The game would be to hold on then, because catch is one thing, pass is quite another, as the great Murray Walker used to say. But to be fair though, it's quite it's not the most difficult tracks to overtake on, of course. Down this mammoth long back straight then, and also you will have the Starfish straight as well. However, DRS will not come into fruition until about lap 27ish, will it? So that may help the drivers slightly, but if you get so much traction, don't you? And this may be a traction rear limited circuit potentially there, and going down the back straight, that may help you, and that will help you if it's a course. Oh gosh, I'm really out of breath tonight, goodness me. I'm also talking absolute rubbish there as well. So when's the safety car come in then? Hopefully it'll come in at the end of this lap then, so we can be back racing. I've beaten the Pillars, German and Danger Times and Cartboy. Would like it to start a little more so that they could maybe get less time then. Notice that it's in the pits now then, so we've got 14 cars, and this is going to be action galore now to the end of the Grand Prix. Remember, this is the final 5 races in ALR Season 6. Who is going to be the champion then? At the moment, it's between German and Emerson. That is the championship battle. We've also got a freeway for the Constructors' Championship between Alfa Romeo, McLaren and Ferrari. I think Alfa Romeo are slightly further back, but they're still very much in it, I think, now. And Pillars, when he's going to drop the hammer, he's got a 6-second penalty at the moment now. Chaz are down in 10th position as well. So this race has now really gone absolutely, it's gone absolutely supernova in terms of excitement, hasn't it, here tonight then? When is Pillars going to drop the hammer then? And here he goes, and oh cow, he's got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Milan, and I think Milan, I hope he hasn't got a damaged car. And we're back racing then, and now then is Pillars at the perfect start. He's out DRS already here, and this is where it's going to get very interesting, because look, Percy is going to try and overtake that, isn't it? And look at this, he's already going on the prowl. Percy is he's going to go to the inside. That Cartboy can't defend that. He is trying to, but Percy side on the inside. He almost went to the back of Danger Times there. Oh no, goodness me! And now Cartboy has gone the accelerator, and Emerson, is he got damaged? That there's a good old whack between Emerson and Cartboy. Oh, in the tangle there, almost got off the circuit. And we got cars dropped on the order. Emerson has dropped back there. Emerson, is he got damaged? And he's limping, I think. Then Cowie's got a 3-second penalty. Emerson cannot buy any luck at the moment there in the Ferrari. I thought the German was going to be unlucky here, but it's Emerson there in trouble, and he's dropping down the order. Murphy's having his 6th position. Jonathan is going up the inside as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. And look at this. We got now oh goodness gracious me. Look at Chazza then. It was falling apart for Chazza a couple of laps ago. And look at this, it's free abreast. Jonathan Emerson there, Adam Chazza. And look at this, Jonathan's running him out wide there. And Emerson on the inside. That's a lunge there, and Emerson there almost spinning it there. Chazza's on the outside as well. And now as Emerson dropping down, his teammate is on the inside. Goodness me, Emerson is getting attacked left, right and centre. Milan up into 11th position as well. Serious one saying Emerson is damaged then. Oh my goodness gracious me then. And Cowie now up into 11th position. Emerson is touring back then. He's got damage, Emerson has it. Oh goodness me then. Milan's got a 3-second penalty then. This is a major blow for Emerson now, is there? German is still leading the race in terms of, look, Percy's up the inside. He's won a Grand Prix already this season. Oh my goodness me. Pillars leads then with German in 2nd position. No, he isn't. Pillars leads German 2nd, Percy for Danger Times has a 3-second penalty now. Cartboy in the pits as well, as Emerson is on. Is Emerson now on new tyres? I thought he's on 10 lap tyres, and I was like, oh goodness me. He's going to need a safety car of some kind then for Emerson to keep himself back in. But this is 2 races in a row where he's going to have Niels, where he's not going to be able to score. And having said that, he got a point last time out in Japan, didn't he? However, he's going to be very lucky to get even a point at this time around there. So just now on board there with German. I think that German now is now good. Is he going to be able to defend from Percy, who's now got new tyres up at the moment? German, so German. Oh, is that there's dust on the track there? Murphy is now up into 6th position there. Can Murphy get himself? Where is Murphy in terms of with the penalties reached? I think that Murphy will be in a de facto 3rd, maybe. Pillar's now got a 9-second penalty, so Pillar's going to be dropping down the order left, right, and centre here. Then Chazza in 8th for this moment. Troy is now in 9th. Troy on a good drive for Ferrari, but with Milan in 10th position there. 11th is Cowie and Donovan down in 12th position as well. There's the front then, and this is Pillar's who's trying to get away. DRS has now been enabled. Then here we go. Then Percy then, who's having a look there. Is it going to go for the inside? He is going for the inside. Oh, German is swapping quite late there, and Percy who just about saw the card on there. So German still wants this Grand Prix win. Does he wants to go in for his 11th Grand Prix win of his career here tonight? But Percy would like his 2nd Grand Prix win as well. Look at this, he's so quick tonight. Percy, it's great to see Percy back in action at the moment. Goodness gracious me, Becca saying, is Emerson doing a max and Lewis in the championship? Emerson no chance now, not even with a safety car. Yellow flag in sector 1. There's Milan is off the circuit, and it's all gone wrong, hasn't it, there for some drivers out there tonight? Percy on a look up the inside, not quite, and he does have DRS down this back straight, and Percy does that. If he gets past German now, he'll have to, but he has to get past German, and then he has to stretch his lead to 3 seconds there, and that is what he's got to do then, as he's now got past him. But German is coming back at him now, isn't he, Jonathan? We got a load of swapperoos going on now, and we got Chaz getting past Jonathan, and Jonathan is having a look. Jonathan's on the inside there and having a look there, but he just about slows the car down. Great racing there from both drivers. Loving that. Fantastic. Carries it to the points. Fantastic. Murphy is now, I think, in a de facto 2nd position at this moment in time. Now can Percy get past Pillars, and he's got one more obstacle. Jonathan's dropping down the order. Jonathan is off the circuit. Oh no, Jonathan's superb race is coming to nothing now, and he is a bit off the road then. Lap 27 out of 28. Percy is a couple of laps away then for his 2nd Grand Prix win here. And Percy there coming across the line now. So Pillars and Percy are going to be locking on. So remember, German is still within 3 seconds there. That is what he needs to do. He needs to be within 3 seconds of Percy in 2 laps, doesn't he? But he does have old soft tires compared to Percy, brand new tires. And Murphy is now all over the back of data tires. While Murphy's on the cusp of the podium as well here. There is Murphy. Oh my goodness gracious me then. I have no idea what's going to happen here. This is fantastic, isn't it? Pillars and Percy. Oh goodness me! I'll bear him on my P's and my Q's here. Emerson I'm in the 12th position there, but he's 19 seconds off Milan there coming in the pits. I wonder if Milan might try and steal the fastest lap in this race. I'm not even sure who's got it at the moment now. But Pillars, this is where Cardboy's got it now. Thank you very much, Cardboy. That's very much very good stuff. Percy. There's too many P's in here, isn't there? But now it is. Percy takes the lead. 2nd position is Pillars. Now he needs to get out of 3 seconds out of German at the moment. That is what we're looking for. Cowie is up into 8th position. This is crucial for. Oh, he's got 11 seconds of penalty though. Cowie out there. Oh dear, that may not be enough. Murphy then can he? He's also on the cusp of the podium as well. Murphy has danger times on 3-second penalty at the moment, but the lack of penalties is going to be. It's going to be very much about who is going to be having a great result and who isn't. And at this stage, and of course, that is another factor of championship racing, isn't there? It is about the lack of penalties, isn't there? Of course, you've got to be very much clean and precise. And 28 out of 28 then, and the gap is now then the gap then is 1.54 seconds. Then the German there cannot lose that gap on this lap. Then that is what he cannot do. Then, however, Percy is going to be on fresh tires on a clean par track now, isn't he? So that is what Percy's got to do. She's got to put his toe down now. Oh my word there. This is absolutely incredible. Yellow flag in 3 as Milan is dropping down the back of the order then. Milan is having a nightmare race. Percy is leading this race, and German of course with Emerson having a nightmare race, and the gap will be up to, if German wins then, the gap will be up to 35 points then at the moment now. So because German is technically winning this race, and he will have DRS as well, so he might be able to gain it slightly here then. We've got a sector to go. Then German is coming in. Here's a great racing then, isn't it? Because German is really pushing on then, isn't he? On old tires there. He's trying to keep up with Percy then, because Percy has got to find a 2nd and 3/10 in the final sector. Has he got enough at yellow flag then? As who's off? Cardboy's off. Cardboy is off down in 14th position there. And the gap is still 1.8 seconds then. It's not enough, is it? That 3-second penalty for Percy is going to cost him his 2nd Grand Prix win of his career, I think then, isn't it? Oh goodness me then. Oh goodness me, and this is going to be very much different. And no penalties, and that is not what German once said. 8-10 is 8-10 second away. That is the Percy. It's out of the fall turn. Then Percy crossed the line first, but it's German wins his 11th Grand Prix win of his career. Wow, incredible stuff. Percy gets second. Murphy's in third position there. Oh my goodness me! But German extends us in the World Championship. He is now 35 points in front, give or take, from Emerson. The championship that is over a Grand Prix win. Two bad races for Emerson has really put the ascendancy onto German now, hasn't he? German is out with his 7th Grand Prix win of his career, of his season, and that's his 11th Grand Prix win of his career as well for German. He is on the ascendancy now. It's there. Goodness gracious me then. And German there, what a race that was. That was a tough one there for German, but he has come out on top then, hasn't he, the championship leader? Wow, with 4 races to go and 104 points up for grabs, and Milan gets the final point then in terms of the fastest up then. There's 4 races up for grabs. There's 4 races to go, and 104 points is still up for grabs in this World Championship, isn't there? And German now has a 35-point lead in the championship chase there. Goodness me, with this run in there. My gosh, sir. 17th driver of the day for Dan then. Yes, he gets a driver of the day award then. Incredible stuff indeed then. German there. Wow, impressive stuff indeed there. Fantastic. 11th race win of his career now for German. And he is closing the gap on Grant, who I think has 13 race wins, doesn't he? So potentially German could be the second most winningest driver in ALR history in the not too distant future then. Fantastic. Percy in second today then, close for his second Grand Prix win. Close but no cigar there for Percy, but what an incredible performance there. And Murphy, another driver of the day to go for his other collection there, and he gets third position as well. Good stuff indeed there for Murphy. Let's take a final look at the classification, shall we then, from the United States Grand Prix here in the music capital of the world. German, his 7th race win of his season, and superb stuff there from German. Percy is in second there, and that's going to really help it. That's going to boost him in the championship. Murphy in third as well. He outscores his championship competitors Tango and Milan there, and that will get him a nice haul of points and be up into fourth now. Danger Times in fourth. Fifth position is Tango. Troy, second race in a row where he's doing a superb job. Troy is out. He has scored in the last 4 races there. Really good stuff indeed there for Troy. 7th position is Pillars are pole position, but the penalties really hurt him, and Chaz as well down in 8th then. Alpha Romeo, and that is a dent in their constructor's bid. 9th position is Jonathan with 10th position Donovan Dan. Another point there for Donovan Dan. Really, and I think that's his second point in a row, if I'm not very much mistaken. It is indeed there for Donovan Dan. Good stuff there. Good 70. Jonathan a bit disappointed with his points haul today. Cowie out in 11th, and those penalties really cost Cowie. He's still in the relegation zone. Emerson down 12th, got collected by Cartboy spinning in turn 1 there. Milan in 13th position. He gets a point now for fast lap. Cartboy down in 14th. Retirement then was a Gamer, Liam, Siege, Nigel, Sloth, and William. Unfortunately, retired then from the United States Grand Prix. German, you are now leading the champion. Well, you were leading the championship, but I think it's 35 points now. My goodness me, that's over a race win. How comfortable are you feeling?
Nah, not very. Just got to do the same next week at Mexico, and it's not over till it's over. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You were noticing all the penalties around you. How difficult was it to keep up with Percy in the last couple of laps there? Because he was on new tires there, probably really pushing hard there. But my goodness me, he was flying out there.
Yeah, that safety car was horribly timed because I couldn't get into the pits in time. So I knew I was 1 morning away from a penalty, so I knew I had to keep within that 3 seconds. Luckily, I did keep within it. But I think if there's another lap or 2, I'd have been out of it.
In the last, this is your 3rd race win in a row now. Singapore, Japan, and now USA. And in Italy, you won as well. So in the last 5 races, you've won 4 of them. My goodness me, you're on a rich run of form at the moment.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? But just looking forward to Mexico next week. It's one of my favourite tracks, so hopefully I can get another win there.
Really good stuff indeed. When you're leading the championship and there's a race like this, which is so tight in terms of pounds and stuff, do you think about going for a lunch then? And are you also looking out for Emerson and what he's doing as well?
Yeah, so I got a bit of a gap to Emerson at the start, and I was keeping an eye on him at the top left of my screen. I seen he had a penalty, so I knew if I don't get a penalty and I get finished behind him, I'll still be in front of him. So that's just the main thing. Is even if I didn't win, it's just finish in front of Emerson was really matters.
And you was having a good battle between yourself and Pillars as well. Looks like you wasn't shying away from some of the overtakes. And was you ever thinking about maybe you don't want to lose a front wing or anything like that, or was you not concerned by that today? Was you just going for the win?
Just going for the win. As soon as I start hesitating, that's when you make mistakes and just mess it up. So yeah, just racing as normal.
Really good stuff indeed then, German. You're now 35 points in the World Championship. Fantastic stuff indeed. Brilliant stuff. And Percy, you were so close today from getting your second Grand Prix win. 7/10 of a second away in the end. Then you had a 3-second penalty in the mid-stage of the race. And goodness me, that may have hurt your win today.
Yeah, a bit disappointing, but I'm so pleased for that podium, especially PT. Pace and qualifying was a bit off. I think I was about 6th or 5th in the race as well. I was dropping back from German. Who else was in front of Pillars and Danger Times, and I thought I was going to fall back into Milan and Emerson's path, but fortunately the safety car came out right at the end and saved me a little bit.
Do you think without that safety car, you wouldn't? Would you have still been on the podium? Do you think, or by the sounds that you were quite grateful for that safety car?
Yeah, safety car saved me. I think if it wasn't for the safety car, Milan and Emerson would have just come straight past me, especially with the penalties as well.
You seem to be in a rich run of form tonight. My goodness me, you was absolutely flying in qualifying and the race today. Because you've been on a bit of a barren spell, unfortunately. There, of course, you did win the British Grand Prix in fine style, but since then you haven't been on the podium or scored any major points. Then, but today you look back on it there. Is it just the track then, or is it you just knuckling down and just really getting the car under your spell?
Yeah, today is the first time I've actually had time to practice. I've been working most Sundays before, and so I don't really have much time to practice for the other tracks. But today I thought, I sit down for 30 minutes to an hour and do a bit of practice, and it's helped by the looks of it.
Because me, practice makes perfect as well. We go to Mexico in a week's time. Then I think that would have propelled you to the mid part of the table then in the championship. I was saying that when I was saying halfway through the season, then that you do have the pace there to really make a challenge. Then you are a bit behind, unfortunately, in the championship this season. Then, but going on to next season, do you think you can make a proper championship bid?
Well, with German, Pillars, Milan, probably not, but I'll give it my all. I usually do.
Really good stuff. Well done, Percy. Brilliant drive today as well. Great to see you back on the podium as well. Very much on song. And the third was Murphy today. And of course, the usual thing for Murphy is that he has gained another driver today. He is now on the 16th driver today in his career as well. But this is your 18th podium of your career for you, Murphy. Really good stuff indeed. Then, but you started 20th on the grid, but you was absolutely flying there. And and towards the end of the race there, I think your eyes must have lit up with that late safety car.
Yeah, I got kind of lucky with that late safety car, I'm not going to lie. But in the first stint, I was well off the pace. I'd done zero practice. I don't practice anyway, so I'd done no practice. And I was just trying to get into a rhythm. And then as soon as I was on the soft, I found my rhythm and I found my pace.
Do you prefer the soft tyres rather to the medium tyres? I know some drivers do prefer the more softer tyre of the two. Is that the factor for you around here?
Around here, probably if you've got a good setup and you can make the tyres last and they don't overheat, then softs are pretty good, but the degradation's quite high in America.
And going to the championship battle now, you're back up in the 4th in the championship. Charles had a bit of a nightmare day as well, so you've also eaten into his advantage for 3rd. What is your do you think you can get that magical 3rd place in the Gold Championship this season?
I'm not targeting any particular place. I just want to have fun and just race against these guys who are top drivers.
And good to speed does Cindy Lauper does as well. Fantastic stuff today, Murphy. Brilliant stuff. And that's going to be it then for gold tonight. I hope you all enjoyed that. I certainly did. There's a big sting in the tail tonight, wasn't it? German's championship lead is now 35 points, give or take a couple of points then, because that might be wrong. We are back in action then for silver tomorrow night. We've already had a championship coronation with young Tommy, who is now the world champion of silver. Fantastic 17. We're going to be seeing young Tommy driving with majority of these drivers next season. Looking forward to that one. However, the Constructors Championship is not all done and dusted yet then. Dylan and young Tommy have got something to really muster up, and the final promotion place is still up for grabs as well. But we'll see you tomorrow night for more silver action.